Welcome to the Rude Dude Cast. Rude Cast!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rude Dude Cast, episode 171. Let me unmute Mike Terry. Mike Terry, I think this, I don't have any facts to prove this, but I think this is, I'm out of focus here, the 5-year anniversary of the Rude Dude Cast, maybe, because our first episode was the Wrestlemania prediction show way back in 2015, and it is now time for that episode in 2020. I count 5 years.
What WrestleMania is that?
WrestleMania 2015. WrestleMania Play. I remember we were roasting the play button as the logo.
Oh, yeah, but that was actually a pretty good WrestleMania.
I don't remember.
That's the WrestleMania where Rusev came out on the tank.
Oh, that was a good WrestleMania. That was a sick entrance, too. Rusev was the man back then.
Yep.
And he still is, but he's not on TV anymore. He would be if he was on TV.
Well,
What's up? Go ahead.
Well, happy 5-year anniversary,
Happy maybe 5-year anniversary. I think we did it on a Wednesday back then. Wednesday was our day.
But we took 2 years off.
We did take 2 years off.
And does that mean, is it kind of like when your parents get split up and then get back together? Do they count those years that they were not together as part of their whole nucleus? Yeah. No. They say we were together for 20 years. They don't say like, oh, we were together for 20 years, but for 3 years, like he was fucking some chick in Albuquerque.
True. But it's been 5 years since the recording of our first episode, right?
So 5-year anniversary.
So we can roll with that. We could say that shit.
How you been, man? How you been since last week? Have you settled into this? I've officially settled into quarantine.
I'm good.
For you, this is just daily life. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm good. The only thing that scares me is the future, but I'm good right now. You know,
it's like that really bad Motion City soundtrack song. The future freaks me out. I think that's the name of the song. Yeah, I'm on fire, and I'm about to beat it to best of me. Something like that.
How's it going, Brent, down in chat? If you don't know, I think you're relatively new to the channel. I saw you here the other day. But on Wednesdays, if you didn't know, we do a podcast here on the stream with my buddy Big Mike Terry and, of course, me, where we discuss television, movies, video games, comic books, and, of course, wrestling. So you can expect that here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mike Terry.
Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. That's the big thing about the internet is you don't know what time zone people are in.
And then if you catch this later on YouTube and wherever podcasts are found. Rude Dude Cast, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the Rude Dude Cast. Happy birthday.
Starting kindergarten.
To the WrestleMania prediction show. Also, if you don't know if you can't find any of our links, my social media links and the Rude Dude Cast social media links can all be found below on my Twitch channel, or swipe over to the info section if you're on mobile phones. What's up, Commander Derp? Commander Derp also hasn't been here Commander Derp is a long time Twitch viewer of mine. He's been around for like over a year. On Wednesdays, Commander Derp, we brought back I just said this, but we just brought back an old podcast that me and my buddy Mike here do about, entertainment stuff and pro wrestling and stuff. So this is what we do now on Wednesdays. Anyway, Mike Terry, TV shows.
Oh yeah, man. What have I been doing? Let me get the deep cut. All right, so Tiger King is off the table. We're done.
It's off the table.
You still haven't watched it.
I still haven't watched it.
So
I will.
We won't talk about it, but everybody knows Tiger King's the best show so far.
Is it good? That's the thing. Is it good or is it just obscene?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both. So TV shows beyond Walking Dead, Westworld. What else I gave up on Love Is Blind.
I never
the
saw
reality show where people basically get married after 90 days but never meet each other until they get married.
Ah, okay.
Fucking retarded. Stupid. And then let's see. What else have I been watching? Ozark. Ozark came back. Love that show. If you don't watch Ozark, it's basically like The Sopranos and a couple other things mixed together. It's got like Breaking Bad meets Sopranos vibes.
Okay, see, Ozark is one of those shows that has been on my list since the first season. I always wanted to watch it, just never got around to it. There was always some other show that I was watching instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, so, and since we're in like the official, I'm gonna put this fucking white cloak on because I'm freezing right now. I got the door. I got the door open.
Dude, it's hot as hell where I am. It's like 70 degrees.
Well, dude, it's nice out. I got the doors open, but and the dog is outside. For some reason, it's just a chill in my house. I don't know what it is. Maybe I got the corona.
I don't know. It's actually 50 degrees where I am. It's actually cold. I lied. Yeah, but it feels like it's 70. I probably have a fever.
It's nice. Maybe I'll cast from outside. My neighbor.
Oh, there you go.
Is it nice? Does it look nice? Hey, what up, dog? I'm going inside. So, Ozark is about a family who basically goes into hiding in like.
Third season just came out, right?
Yeah, third season dropped, and I'm trying to do the opposite now. I'm trying to not just binge. I've been spending my days. I wake up, I call unemployment for about 2.5 hours. I give up on that. Then I work out. I got this great app called Fit On. So if you're looking to work out from home, Fit On's a great one, guys.
Are you doing Oscar workouts?
I'm doing crazy workouts.
Are you doing the Oscar workouts? All she posts on YouTube is how to work out in hotel rooms. Uh-oh. We lost him. He's back. Okay.
No, motherfucker tried to FaceTime me. Some motherfucker.
Okay.
Basically, Fit On. So download that, guys, on your smartphones. If you're looking to work out from home and you're bored trying to find something to do. I've been learning Spanish, doing Duolingo, basically keeping busy, playing guitar, walking the dog, riding my bike, basically trying to not just binge a show every day.
Right.
So I'm only 1 or 2 episodes into Ozark. And Dark Side of the Ring I've been watching, which has been awesome. Last night's episode was
New Jack. I didn't watch it.
All about New Jack. And they interview the Sandman for half of it, and you're like, this guy's fucking crazy if the Sandman sounds normal in this conversation. And the whole time New Jack is just being like, I was high on coke.
Oh,
and
boy.
They're like, how did the episode ends? And he's just like, how do you want to be remembered? He's like, by going off in a blaze on fire. He's like, probably on coke.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that dude used to like jump off of balconies, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. You think he would? Dude,
it was crazy. Dark Side of the Ring is basically like a docuseries about like crazy crimes in wrestling. And this dude like stabbed multiple people.
Holy shit.
He's fucked. Yeah, he's crazy. But yeah, that's what I've been doing TV show wise. Westworld, obviously. What have you been?
Yeah. Like I said, I've been watching Altered Carbon, and like you were doing, I wasn't binging it. I was watching like 1-2 episodes a day. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, man. I just don't have the time to like binge. But I stream all the time and shit like that. So I and at night there's a lot of shows on. I can't find the time, even in quarantine, to like just watch like 10 episodes of a show in a day. But
you can do it if you just don't stream for 10 hours a day.
That's true. But yeah, so I've been watching Altered Carbon. I'm all caught up. I finished it. It was okay at best. It's not a great show, but I was just kind of watching.
What is it about?
So it's kind of like all right. So the concept of the show is this, right? Basically, it takes place in the far future, and then you know what I mean. And then another 250 years after that, you know what I mean. It starts in the far future, and then they time skip 250 years ahead of that. So it's the far future now. And basically, the concept is that people don't die anymore because they have this concept called stacks where you can upload your consciousness onto this thing that's about the size of a vertebrae that they freaking surgically insert into your neck, right?
It's like a mini disc player?
It's like a mini disc, yeah, that goes right into your spine. And basically, so you have sleeves. Like your body can die, but they could take your stack and put it in a different sleeve, right? So that's kind of like what's going on in the show. And what they do is like they bring back this guy from 250 years ago that was like I forgot what he was, but he's called an envoy, and they do a really bad job explaining what an envoy is. But basically, he's a badass motherfucker that they bring back to solve a murder mystery, and that's basically the premise for the show, for the whole series. And they do.
Is it German?
No, it's American.
Oh.
American, yeah. And in the first season, there's.
I'm thinking of that show Dark.
Oh, Dark is German. The first season is the main character is this. The fuck? Is this dude that was in a show called, I think it was called The Killing?
Oh yeah, The Killing. Yeah.
The dude from The Killing, and then in the second season, that guy from the Avengers, I don't remember what superhero he was in the Avengers, kind of replaces him. But what's interesting is it's the same character played by a different actor. You know what I mean? Because it's just they swap his sleeve out in the second season. Anyway, it was okay at best. Like it had really good moments, really good acting and action at certain points, but then there was other points where I felt like I was watching Law and Order SVU or something like that. You know what I mean?
Dude, did you hear about Law and Order? What's his name is back?
Is there another Law and Order coming out?
So you know the guy, the main dude that everybody loves from Law and Order?
Yeah.
Stabler, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. He's coming back in like a spinoff. But guess what? I don't give a fuck about Law and Order.
Me either.
I just don't like Law. The only Law and Order reminds me of when I used to go to the shitty Planet Fitness in fucking Yonkers, and just like or Scarsdale, wherever it was. Mm-hmm. I was doing this Planet Fitness, and it was terrible. And I would basically work out, and everybody would just have Law and Order because it's like 6 o'clock at night. Nothing's on TV.
So many people watch it.
And everybody's watching Law and Order. I'm like, I guess I put Law and Order on. It seems to be the hot show at the gym. It's the same thing every episode.
I know. My upstairs neighbors, I don't want to say it too loud because they could probably hear me, have been quarantine. This quarantine, they've been doing nothing but watch Law and Order. All I hear is every couple of minutes. Every 20, 40 minutes, they're like, bang, bang. And I'm like, executive produced by Dick Wolf. You know.
Why don't more people have what's it called? Like more people should have that as like their text tone.
Yeah, it's a great sound effect. I used to use it in the podcast all the time. I think I used to use that for like sound effects.
Dude, I was dying when we were in Mexico. I'm hanging like on the ocean, and I'm just chilling. And it's dead quiet. It's real serene. It's beautiful. The wind's blowing. Ocean's going. And then out of nowhere, you just hear beep, 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 beep. Some guy had the Power Rangers, like
what the fuck?
The Alpha, like Alpha's calling, like Zordon's calling on my wrist.
Sure.
It was like beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Like, is that just a Power Rangers? Are the Power Rangers in Mexico right now? It's like, what a ridiculous tone. But
it is ridiculous.
Okay, so Altered Carbon was whatever, and Law and Order's back, and that's what it.
How about Mike Terry? Can we save Westworld for the main event for TV? Because goddamn, Westworld was so good this week.
Yeah.
But Mike Terry, what about The Walking Dead? What did you think of that episode?
The Walking Dead. So The Walking Dead, I've been watching real late at night, and they're all kind of bleeding together.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing about this episode, which was like real short-lived, was the callbacks to the old stuff with Carol. So like, look at the flowers, all the things that Alpha was saying to her. And then I love the whole Daryl and Negan friendship. The problem is that reading it on a page, it probably would have been awesome. And watching the show, it was good, but I felt like it just happened really quick.
It's so short-lived, dude. And like that pairing is so good because those dudes are like tight as fuck in real life. You know what I mean? And so they had great chemistry as like kind of, friends, or at least being on, I wouldn't call them friends, but at least on the same side on the show. And it was like, oh man, I just wanted more of that. That's the duo right there, Daryl and Negan.
But like, as a viewer, and it depends on how you view The Walking Dead. If you're a binger, like, and you watch it on Netflix, you're going to be like, why are they friends? Like, did all this shit. But after all this time in real life, and then you forget there's been a 5-year jump or how many years? 7-year jump since everything happened. 7 years. I mean, dude, think of it in terms of the coronavirus.
I know.
Like 3 weeks ago seems like a month. Like 3 weeks ago seems like 4 months ago.
I know.
So think about what 1 year in the zombie apocalypse feels like.
Yeah.
Times it by 7. And this dude was in jail most of the time. So like so much shit has happened that I'm not saying that they forgive him for what he did to Glenn.
No.
But like I think the mutual understanding of like, well, he's clearly like reformed.
Yes, he's reformed. And also the big thing about that I was thinking about this too. What I realized is there's no official timeline that's been put out by like AMC or Robert Kirkman about The Walking Dead or whatever, but some fan like did like fucking super research and just like put everything together and threw together like a rough timeline. That's like the most cohesive version of a timeline that I've heard from anybody since the whole start of this thing. And like that time period between episode 1 and like the end of the prison, for example, and like even leading up to when they got to Alexandria was only like a year and a half. You know what I mean? So you got to realize, like, Daryl only knew Glenn for like maybe 2 years. You know what I mean? They were, you know what I mean? And like, think about that. Think about friends that you knew for 2 years that you haven't seen in 7 years. You barely fucking remember them. You know what I mean? So Daryl's known Negan way longer than he ever knew Glenn. You know what I mean? And when you think about it, Rick's group started the shit with the Saviors anyway. They went into their freaking hideout and killed like 40 of them before they even met Negan. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
and that is probably something that is a conversation that has probably happened.
Oh
with
yeah.
them. I mean, I don't know if they did it on the show, but Negan never was like, "You came in and killed my people first." I mean, I know he did at the time, but not like 7 years later.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know.
Well, go ahead.
No, but like, and what he did to everybody was pretty fucked. But
yeah. Oh, sure.
But I did like it a lot. What I didn't like about the episode is I thought when they met the princess at the end, I thought it was hardcore. I mean, I laughed. I thought it was funny, but I thought it looked real cheesy.
Yeah. So her character is meant to be. All right, so like the way that they had introduced her, she's been living in Pittsburgh this whole time, right?
Is that where they are?
Yes, they're on their way to Ohio right now. They haven't said it on the show yet, but that's
which way are they going to Ohio?
I don't know, but that's the route
where
that they take.
Where are they coming from?
Virginia
to Pittsburgh to Ohio. There's definitely an easier way than going through Pittsburgh to get to Ohio from Virginia.
I don't know. That's how it happened in the comic books.
Continue.
But so. The princess, this new character, I know her from the comic books, and what I'll say about her character is that she's kind of meant to be like really annoying. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like certain characters in the book thought she was great, like you saw Ezekiel on the show.
Wait, where in Ohio are they going to?
I don't remember.
Columbus?
Wherever the Commonwealth is, which I don't know where it is. They never gave a specific location for the Commonwealth other than it was in Ohio, vaguely. But it's kind of like a city area in Ohio. So
I'll say Cincinnati because it's not that far.
Probably Cincinnati. Yeah, the Commonwealth. It took them like a while to get there, but you know they're on foot and horseback and shit like that. So
I know. I'm looking it up right now. Which way they're gonna go?
Yeah, there you go. 6 days. So anyway,
6 days, and they don't go through Pittsburgh.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's
sorry. I know you're
weird,
explaining to our listeners.
So wait, where is Pittsburgh in comparison to that?
Alexandria is this one.
Okay.
No, Alexandria
it's the other side.
And this is Pittsburgh. It's a straight shot.
And then where's Ohio?
No, that is Ohio. But this is Ohio. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati's on the border of Kentucky.
Okay.
Ohio.
All right. Gotcha.
But even if they were going, okay, I lie. If they were going to Akron, Ohio, if they went to Akron, Ohio, they would go right through Pittsburgh.
Every time I hear Akron, Ohio, that's where LeBron James is from. I always hear him in his voice talk about St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio. But
oh yeah, you would definitely go through Pittsburgh, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay. So there you go.
Pittsburgh, right there.
That right on the way. Perfect.
Yeah.
So
they're going to. Sorry, it really bothered me to figure out why.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And that's about the halfway point.
Yes. So, all right. So anyway, the princess, those scenes, right? I think were designed on the show, like the walkers that she set up these walkers in like obscene situations and shit like that. Just kind of to put on display that this is a character with a sense of humor. She's a little ridiculous, over the top, and I think they put that in to kind of brace people for that, and also show that a character like Ezekiel thought she was hilarious, but a character like Yumiko thought she was an idiot. You know what I mean? So, which actually, I'm really sorry that didn't happen in this episode. That happened in the preview for next week's episode. So, that's my bad for saying that. But yeah,
it's okay.
You'll see that certain characters in the show like her a lot, and certain characters are really annoyed and irritated by her. So, yeah. And also, the whole Princess and King Ezekiel thing is kind of funny. There's a really hilarious scene in next week's episode with the two of them where she's like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "I'm the princess." And you see Ezekiel, and he just starts cracking up. He's like, "Oh, you know what I mean? You know he's thinking, I'm the king." You know what I mean? So,
okay. So wait, where is? Now I don't know if this happened in the comic book. Where is Eugene's girl calling from?
She's from the Commonwealth, which is in Ohio.
Okay, so they are talking to each other through radio from a 6-day journey.
Yes.
But nobody else, like there hasn't been any other radio contact to anybody.
I guess not. I guess that's how rare it is, right?
And where are they supposed to meet? Are they supposed to meet halfway, or where are they?
They're meeting. They never. It's an undisclosed. Well, I mean, they know where they're meeting, but they never. It's very vague in the show and in the comic book. They never really address it properly. But it's way closer to the Commonwealth than it is to.
But they don't meet
Alexandria.
in Pittsburgh though. This is kind of like a pit stop in Pittsburgh.
Exactly. They had to cut. I guess they had to traverse through to.
And this is just like a minor character.
The princess. Well. She's pretty major. She doesn't... No spoils,
but...
She, she has a strong presence in the book, but she doesn't really have much of an impact on the overall story at large. I'd say she's not really like somebody like Michonne big, but maybe you can compare her to like Jesus.
Okay.
Like Jesus level big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus was pretty big.
Yeah. I think in the comic books, obviously Jesus lasted way longer. In the show, Jesus' run was cut short unceremoniously. But also, I mean, we're very close to the end. You know what I mean? Of the comic.
The end of what? Of the comic?
Yeah, where the comic books end. Like, maybe they're going to run out of comic book material by the end of season 11 if they stretch it out season 12. So, depends on how they stretch it. You know what I mean? And what they decide to add in. I think they'll try to make it run for 12 seasons. But anyway... I thought it was good. Like I said, my favorite stuff was the Daryl and Negan shit. That was so awesome. I loved that scene where Negan had the shotgun and he just fucking flipped it on the Whisperer. That was so good, at the last second.
Yeah, that was the scene.
Man, it was so good. Westworld. Dude, how much of a banger was Westworld this week?
Dude, Westworld. God. So I thought first episode was good. I thought second episode was I thought first episode was a little confusing because it's like a totally different way of storytelling. Yeah. And now that we're like in that zone, I just tell everybody who watches Westworld, like, this is not a show to be on your phone for. No. Like you can miss so much. Like you gotta watch it. Just put your phones down. Like literally, we are more connected now, even though we're apart than ever.
Yep.
And I just Westworld is just like that. I felt like I watched a movie. And the costume is like, not even talking about the story. The costume design, Dolores looks like fucking insanely hot. Like Evan Rachel Wood is a very pretty girl. She's pretty hot, but in her outfit, insanely hot. Also, like they're going back to like mystery telling, which I like who's in Charlotte Hale. We'll get into that discussion also.
Yeah.
But like as a whole.
Oh shit. Look,
Dirty D. Look who it is.
Let me resize.
Folks who are listening, Nate just joined the chat if you can't see it. I just don't know where he is.
Hey. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, dude?
Not much. How's it going?
Está bien, Miguel Terry.
Bien. I was telling our listeners how we've been Duolingoing.
Yes.
We've been trying to Duolingo a little bit. We're trying to embrace this opportunity to become a little more cultured. Or at the very least,
looking great.
It is, dude.
Yeah, it's coming in. This is something that I've been meaning to throw to you guys because it's something I haven't experienced before. Being somebody who's been unbearded for all of his life up until about a month ago, I didn't realize how much moisture the mustache can absorb. So when I take a drink of something, when I kind of like wipe my face, it just like a torrent of liquid comes. So I never knew that before, but
Oh yeah, it's like a milk mustache every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or it's like a tax refund. You get a little bit now and you save a little bit for later. It's going okay.
So let me see. What's that? Looks good.
We got our fake plants up here.
I thought they were real. I thought they were real plants. That's a cool looking thing.
Yeah, it's a cool looking.
Are they planters with fake plants?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
we had real plants in them. I don't remember how long, but however long it takes for plants to grow and die, that's how long we have them.
Gotcha. Yeah. If I wasn't poor right now, I really wanted to start a garden on my deck and just start growing my own food out there. But soon we'll eat the dog.
Yeah, dude. You should look into the Arrow Gardener. Yeah, no, the pets are next. The pets are
next. So when you joined us, we were in the middle of talking about Westworld.
Yes.
Where are you at Westworld?
I'm on season 2, episode 4, I think. We just got into Samurai Burg, or I call it Eastworld.
Eastworld.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I remember when that season was going on, Dr. Dan really wanted them to hang out in Samurai World for a long time. And it's only like an episode or 2. Spoiler alert. But they do go back there. But I mean, I was glad that they didn't spend the whole season there.
Right. Yeah.
It seems like there's the opportunity is there. Dan, do you remember the Japanese fella, the samurai dude that they first like Maeve and everybody first encounters is actually from Lost. I don't know if you remember that cat, but he was the guy who had a baseball, who liked talking about baseball. Baseball.
I don't remember. Right, Lost was so long ago. I don't even remember the dude from Westworld.
Yeah.
I remember the samurai. I remember the role. I remember the role. The guy that was in the he got in the sword fight and all that. But I don't remember the person.
Dude,
so much shit happens in Westworld.
Nate, fucking show is deep.
The little bit of Westworld that I've seen, I hate to say it, but Lost is irrelevant now. Like, we've catapulted into new stratospheres of storytelling, and it's just when I think back to it now, if I think back to season 2 episode 4 of Lost, I couldn't be less interested in becoming invested in everything that happens henceforth, because I got Westworld now, baby.
Man,
dude,
so
big part of Westworld, I feel bad for anybody who's jumping on now. A huge part of Westworld season 1 was straight up every week talking to everybody about what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
because when you're watching it. I'm sorry. I know we're on a kind of a delay. When we're watching it, in a binge or all at different points now, when it was season 1 and everybody was at the same point watching it, literally it was what the fuck is going on? Who's the man in black? What's the maze? This and that, all this sort of stuff. Yeah. And now it's kind of the same thing because and no spoilers. We won't really dive into the newest episode.
Yeah, no spoilers for Nate.
But now there's more mysteries again. There's a couple different mysteries going on, and I think that's probably why it's good. I mean, my favorite comic book writer, Ed Brubaker, is a head writer on the first 2 seasons of Westworld, which makes sense on why I like the storytelling so much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I just kind of found out sort of who the Man in Black is. Ooh. And and knowing that Mick Poyle grows up to be Ed Harris is a bit of a jump, but it's something that I can get behind.
And you got so much more to unwrap. That rest of that season 2 was like a head fuck. So it goes.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. What's the character? What's Akacheta? Dude,
Akacheta is the best.
You're not ready for Akacheta, dude.
Okay, I'm excited. I'll keep an eye out for Akacheta.
That's my favorite episode of the series. It's you'll know it when you see it.
Akacheta's episode is my favorite episode too. It's kind of like a bottle episode, Nate, but it's it's a bottle episode that explains a whole thing.
Oh yeah,
and that was kind of like what the newest episode was like. There was some deep ass layering in storytelling.
Oh yeah,
like somebody who might be a robot, who's not a robot, is taking care of their son, who may or may not know that they're a robot. There's there's just so many layers. I think it's the best show right now on TV, and it's just
bar none.
It's gonna I think it's gonna jump the shark eventually.
We'll see.
It's really good.
Let me put it like this, Nate. So all right. So much of Westworld, and they the writers and they've talked about this, has been inspired by specifically Red Dead Redemption, right? And not even Red Dead 2, just the first Red Dead. You know what I mean? Or the first Red Dead Redemption. And
it was a movie first, Westworld.
Well, the movie first, but the show, the stuff about specifically stuff that happens in the park. You know what I mean? And are designed. They thought about video game quest design and stuff like that.
Sure.
And kind of go off on a mission and shit like that. And they look to games like Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto and other things.
Well, dude, I kept thinking about Red Dead Redemption because I've been kind of going through my second playthrough with it. I keep thinking about Red Dead while especially watching the first few episodes of Westworld because because it's really just, it's like you kind of come in on this train and there's all these people who are, purely designed to kind of, facilitate your role playing as being a Western person and stuff. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Doesn't look like anything to me. But what I'll say is, if season 1, Nate Wing, and this is kind of just to brace you for the future, okay? If season 1 is Red Dead Redemption, season 3, I know you've seen the trailers, is Cyberpunk 2077.
Awesome. No, I'm super into it. I have a vague, idea of where it could be heading, but who knows? I'm ready to be taken on the journey.
Yeah, baby.
That's the thing, though. We might know where it might be going, but with this show, it could be The Matrix. Everything could be The Matrix.
We don't know.
And it's funny because I'm watching it with Maggie, and she's never seen The Matrix. I'm like, this is so much like the fucking Matrix, and she has no idea. I'm like, we could be just watching a simulation. People could just be, we never know what's going on at all in the show, and I think it's just, I just sad because it's like 4 years between every season.
I know.
Yeah. I'm glad that I have a little bit of catching up to do before I'm at that point where you have to, wait every week and then every couple of years. So
yeah, I mean, dude, one of the last episodes that we did on the podcast before we took our hiatus was the Westworld season 2 review back in 2018. So
wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think that episode might even still be up. I'm not sure. But,
Nate, happy anniversary. Today's the 5-year anniversary of the Root
I heard. That's really crazy. Yeah. I'm like, there's a lot of cocaine being used in the early days of the Root Dude Cast,
oh my God. Cocaine. We talked about it already kind of, but the New Jack episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
No, but I saw I don't know, not the preview for it, but I saw the part where they talk about where he threw the guy off the scaffold and stuff. So
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. But
I also found out that Dark Side of the Ring has an after show, kind of like The Talking Dead.
Really?
It's called After Dark or After the Dark. Apparently, it's pretty good. I don't get the Vice channel, so I do everything just on YouTube or Vice.
Yeah, I'm planning on watching it on YouTube today. But Jim Cornette also has a 2-part interview with the producers of Dark Side of the Ring, and there was one. He put up part of it yesterday, I think, where they were talking about the New Jack episode, and they were talking about how they got New Jack to do the show. And they really just called him and they asked him 3 questions, and he said yes to all of them. And that was the entire kind of like buttering up process of getting New Jack to talk about these, let's be honest, these felonies that he committed over the course of his career.
They are definitely felonies.
Yeah. And, I, like everybody else, played as New Jack in the ECW PlayStation game Anarchy Rules, but, that doesn't...
Oh, my God. Cursed video game.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they had a lava match in the ECW games where you throw somebody out. Yeah, you throw somebody out.
I have it on my Raspberry Pi.
Oh, my God, dude.
I mean, it's not, they have like the barbed wire matches and stuff, but then you can get into the lava match where you throw somebody out of the ring and then they just evaporate into a JPEG of fire, and then, then it's over.
Oh, man. That's good.
But it was cool. It was on the same engine as like Warzone and, Attitude and those other.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Oh, yeah. The engine after, like, WCW NWO Revenge engine.
I think it was actually like at the same time, but the engine that what Warzone and everybody else used just completely petered out and never
sucked.
Acclaimed. Never,
dude,
that sucked. It wasn't good.
Dude, everybody's been going nuts waiting for this AEW game. Anytime that AEW makes an announcement, they go, "We have an announcement," and then they always preface it with, "It's not the video game."
Because they know.
But emulators and ports of that like THQ and AKI engine exist out there. I mean, people are probably still making mods for it that will give you like the elimination chamber and everything. I mean, they could probably spend $40,000 and like come out with like a game that everybody would buy.
Right.
Well, I know they said Kenny Omega said that they're basically going to do the AEW game, I believe, on the old NWO versus WCW engine. I think that was like the plan, or like an updated version of it.
That's great.
I think all of those companies are now under. I don't think THQ exists. I don't think any of them exist anymore.
I think THQ.
Didn't they make one of the most recent SmackDown games?
I think so.
I don't know.
I think THQ Nordic still exists.
Nordic.
Cool. All right, good for them.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, all right. Well, congrats. Good for them. That's really cool. Mike, did you play?
I know that we. I'm sorry. Wait, I know we jumped way off of Westworld.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, did you want to finish anything about Westworld without doing spoilers, Dan?
It's just probably my favorite episode of the series. Maybe second favorite episode of the series this week.
Definitely one of my favorites. I looked up the next morning where to buy Dolores' jacket because Maggie was like, her jacket's hot. And it was on like 5 websites, but they were totally just like some bootleg company.
Oh, it's like how you can buy Star-Lord's red leather jacket on HollywoodCloaks.com and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I will say about that episode? The one thing that hit me the hardest was that song that came in at the end of the episode. The last song that's in the episode was like, Terry, remember how we used to talk about on The Leftovers? How like the music, after you're exposed to the music and hearing it like time and time again, how it has that kind of like Pavlovian effect, or you have a Pavlovian response to it, where it's like a scene can start, you hear that piano creeping in, and you start to get teary-eyed and goosebumps and shit.
Dude.
Before anything even happens in the scene, just because you're used to hearing that music with really tragic shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like in Game of Thrones with the Reigns of Castamere.
Yes. I don't know because I never watched Game of Thrones, but I'd imagine it's probably a similar thing that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So
or any Disney Pixar movie. The music could start and they could be singing about ducks and I just start crying.
The song that was in this scene was, I'd never heard it before anywhere, like in Westworld. It was just like really low, like tragic fucking cellos and shit. Whoa. It just sounded like sad death. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was just like, oh man. I was like, if I hear this again in a sad scene, I'm going to be a wreck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dan, do you remember, I think this was still in season 1, but they had in season 1 of Westworld, that song, this one's for the douchebag.
Kanye, the Kanye song?
Yeah, they had that. There's like a piano, like a classical piano rendition of that.
That's
song.
right. I remember that. Yeah.
And I remember, like, I was watching it, and I just hear the boom, boom.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Here comes Kanye West again.
Yeah, Kanye West played on classical instrument. All right.
Nick, do you know who wrote the screenplay for Westworld? Michael Crichton.
Sure don't. Yeah, I thought Michael Crichton was dead. Like, I thought he was long dead. Okay, but he wrote...
The movie came out like in the 70s or 80s.
Oh, okay, all right. Because while I briefly saw like his name in the credits or whatever, and I thought it only makes sense that this is I thought it was, my immediate assumption was that it was adapted from a Michael Crichton book because this has Michael Crichton written all over it, you know. But that's really cool, man. I haven't read any Michael Crichton books in a long time because he's dead. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that first season has a lot of Jurassic Park kind of influence on it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, any time that in any movie or show where they talk about the park, it's immediate Jurassic Park
comparison. Yeah.
How
could it not be? Well, I got no other shows that I watch, so.
Yeah, no, neither do I. I've been, world's burning. I haven't been watching television.
Did y'all read Wrestletopia, Invasion of Planet Wrestletopia?
I did finish
Terry,
it, yes.
You finished it? I finished it. What did you think?
I thought it was good. I thought, it turns into this, like, we got to find the hero story, kind of have like a venture comedy thing where everybody's kind of like trying to get to St. Paul for the big battle, and, the evil galactic wrestlers are coming to take on Earth. And I thought it was funny the deal made, like for pay-per-view buys and all this stuff, like the big galactic battle. Like, it's not really known if they're going to destroy all of man or if they just want the main character's title. Like, it was
right. I think that's what they want. You know what I mean? And they're holding the entire planet Earth in some kind of box hostage until they get it. You know what I mean?
Right. What makes you think that they're going to kind of like take over the world or try to?
Yeah. There is that thing that's happening where that dude, I forget his name, but the promoter for the pay-per-view, if this all goes down or whatever, he will be given the reins to control planet Earth after they leave. This is what I love about it. It's just so obscene and over the top. You know what I mean? Nate, if you don't know, it's a wrestling comic book, obviously, but it's about
Right.
this wrestler who proclaimed himself the champion of the universe or the galaxy, and then these aliens out in space caught wind of this, and
Monstars.
they said, "No, you're
Like
not."
30 years later, though.
Yeah, like 30 years
Awesome.
later, I guess they
Awesome.
found out about it. The signal or whatever got to them, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I think the
no."
I think the nuanced stuff that they do in the comic book is really good. Like the relationship between the main character and like his ex-manager, the girl, like, and how like he basically left her, and
Yes.
it's kind of got that like the wrestler Mickey Rourke kind of thing going on there.
Yes.
And like when they do get serious, I think it's pretty good, but
Yeah.
it's pretty silly the whole time.
Uh-huh.
I found myself starting to lose interest by like the 5th issue, but it was still good. And the 6th issue isn't out yet, and I'm definitely going to finish it.
Yeah, that comes out this month. I'm not sure what the date is, but I just spoke to them last night, and they said it's coming this month. And you can get this whole series. It's a 6-part miniseries or limited series on Comixology. And and it is called Invasion from Planet Wrestletopia.
Comixology is like a real website that has real comic books. So this leads me to believe that this is a real comic book that you guys are talking about.
The artwork is
very much
great.
so.
It's not like a webtoon.
No, they're a real company.
No.
Like they're legit. They're legit.
It's not something that was kicked. It's not something that like is a refugee from the depths of the porn section of Tumblr when that got all canceled. Okay, all right, all right. So it's a real thing. So that sounds like the kind of thing that I should check out because in this West world of haters and fakers, we got to have all the real comics that we can get.
You're gonna like it, Nate. It's right up your alley. Nate, imagine Invincible mixed with something about wrestling.
Perfect.
It's a lot like Invincible.
Okay. Well, Invincible is the greatest comic ever written, so I'm excited to.
It's 100% up your alley.
Those strong words. Words. Greatest comic ever written.
It says it on every cover of Invincible. It says the greatest
And
comic
it's
ever
proven.
made.
Proven
And
fact.
it's proven.
It wasn't
time
on
again.
Time. It wasn't on Time Magazine's most influential books of all time.
Well, it sounds like time is out of time
What's going on with the Invincible movie? Obviously nothing because of the state of the world.
No. I think it's becoming an animated movie. I think it's which is not as great, not as nice, but I think it's dramatically shifted expectations and geared them back heavily. But that was the last. I think it was going to be exclusive on Amazon Prime.
Is there something?
But-
There's a Paper Girls TV show coming out too. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first episode back.
We did. Okay, I'm excited for that.
If it ever
I still haven't
comes.
finished Paper Girls.
Oh, it's worth it. It gets there.
Yeah, I believe it. I got to read the entire thing again without the 6-month breaks in between single issues. And
I
stuff.
can't wait for Saga to come back.
Yeah.
You know what this virus should do though? This virus shouldn't stop the comic book industry.
Hell no.
Fucking everybody should be writing at home and drawing at home and finishing up goddamn Saga by now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Write it.
Yeah.
Maybe now they'll finally start writing it again.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have any movies that you watch? Does anybody watch any movies?
nah, I haven't watched any movies.
I got a little mini review of a movie.
Okay.
Tell me, baby.
Here, you
So
start
I've been
with-
seeing it pop up
I'm gonna
all
get a
over
water.
Netflix. It's called The Platform.
I've been seeing that too. The only thing that's been stopping me is that that it has subtitles, and I, in Quench Orcha, can't always be bothered to read.
So my thing with subtitles is it has to be like the right time of day.
Yes. Yeah.
It can't be
tired.
like it can't be nighttime at all.
No. And Mars and Venus need to be aligned up and all that. But.
Oh yeah, retrograde, all that shit.
Mhm.
So the platform is I don't know if it's a Netflix. It is a Netflix exclusive, but it won a bunch of awards. It won the Toronto Film Festival Award and some other award. But
Okay, so it's in the Canadian language. All right.
no, it's Spanish. It's about a vertical.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're
So you don't
used to
even need
Duolingo.
subtitles for that.
So what happened was I pressed play the other night because like everybody in the horror group is talking about it. I'm like, oh, it's a really great movie for especially what's going on in society now. Not the virus, but like trickle down economics and shit like that.
I
And
can't do virus movies right now.
no, neither
I
can
can't
I.
watch anything like that.
Neither can I. I'm not that type of psychopath. Where it's like Shudder has a whole virus section right now.
Fuck no. Fuck
yeah.
no.
No, not Contagion, none of that shit. So, so basically, The Platform is a movie that's about a vertical prison with one cell per level, 2 people per cell, one only food platform one only food platform, and 2 minutes per day to feed them goes from up to down. So basically, there's 250 floors. They're not really sure. At the top level, they get all this food. And like it's like high quality, fine dining food. And they actually ask like the prisoners what their favorite food is before they get put into the prison. And basically it starts at the top and it makes its way down to each level. It stops at each level for 2 minutes and goes all the way to the bottom. Apparently there's enough food to get for everybody if everybody was to ration food. But
do they fight over the food? They have like 2 minutes. Do they have like 2 minutes to fight over the food or something like that? Like,
well, there's 2 people per cell. So when the food stops on your cell, basically everybody's just stuffing their faces until it's over with, and then it goes down. And like you could see the cell below you and above you, like it's a hole. The hole goes all the way to the bottom. And basically every month they put you on a different floor, and you might have the same roommate, you might not. So if you're on the top, you're like hell yeah, and if you're on the bottom, and basically it's kind of like Snowpiercer, where there's someone's trying to start a revolution from within.
Gotcha.
And like,
is Ed Harris in this movie?
It's Ed Harris isn't, but it's fucking grim. There's cool. a lot of cannibalism. There's a lot of like shit and piss, and it's pretty graphic, but it's really well done. And there's like a huge message, obviously. And it ends pretty good. And it's only an hour and a half. So
dig it. Perfect.
It's really good. I mean, I winced at one point, but it was good. Like really
you
good.
Winced.
Yeah.
You winced out of like grotesque.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting soft. I used to love all this porn shit. Dude, I winced during the fucking New Jack documentary. There's a scene where he just takes a bat to a guy's head like 5 times, like hard.
New Jack's fucking nuts, dude.
No, he should be stopped.
Yeah. The best part about New Jack is just how his theme music just keeps playing during his matches.
I know. That's what they should honestly do with WrestleMania. They should have a soundtrack.
We got to talk about that.
Great segue. You want to segue to this?
Segue, yes.
All right, segue. Oh, yeah, so the platform, everybody, check it out. It's got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. BMT's going to give it an 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10 is good for a horror movie on IMDb.
Yes. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So I would watch it. And I started watching it and I saw that it was dubbed. I was like, this looks weird. But you can just put the subtitles on. It makes it better.
The only
it's
dubbed
pretty
movie
funny
I'll watch. The only dubbed movie I'll watch is Rumble in the Bronx, because the overdubbing and the redubbing and the undubbing and then the subsequent redubbings, I think it's been overdubbed about 11 times before it hit DVDs and stuff. So watching it is actually hilarious. But that's neither here nor there. What will be here soon in 2 different parts is WrestleMania.
Too big for one night.
That's right. Yeah.
Too big for one night.
Too sick for storylines.
Dude, okay. So before we get into this whole WrestleMania and how weird it's going to be, I've been a member of the WWE Fan Council for a long time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You have. We all laughed at you when you first got that.
Yeah.
But
dude, I remember you leaking surveys from this back in 2016 on the podcast.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So,
are you allowed to do this?
I mean,
WWE gonna fucking
dude, pretty much like Raja and all those websites. As soon as one of these council things come out,
it's leaked anyway. Okay.
So this is crazy, and we've been talking about this. So like AEW has done a pretty good job with the way they've been filming things, putting the camera on the stage, doing a lot less in-ring segments or more interview segments. I think WWE did a better job this week on Raw with interview segments and backstage stuff. But this is really interesting. WWE is considering new options for a way that they present show segments within the current environment. The following video is an example for how a match may look if fans were to be shown on screen providing feedback. Please make sure you can hear the audio on your device and yada, yada, yada. But basically, it's like a video of a wrestling match, and our viewers can see this who are watching on YouTube or right now. The match is happening, and there's like a screen on the side of 4 people, and they're fans just giving their opinions. And you can kind of hear them, but you still hear the commentary.
Gotcha.
So it's very interactive, which I think is cool because you want to hear crowd reactions. That's a big part of wrestling. However, who's screening these fans who are getting on this show? Like, there's going to be so many people flashing dickies, flashing teddies.
They got to be screened. They got to be pre-screened, right?
I think it's going to end up being like the tweets that you see on the bottom of the scroll bar, where they are, very clearly like vetted 3 times over, so that it's nothing too scandalous or too critical or anything like that. But
then they have it where it's like there's no sound, so it's just like the match is happening, announcers happening, but you see people watching along, so you don't feel like you're.
So I'm watching like a YouTube unboxing or like a trailer reaction video, but without the sound. This is, I don't like it. I don't like it a little. I don't even like it a little.
And then they give you these questions. Compared to watching a show presented without a live audience, what did you think about the way the fan reaction was shown in the video? Much better, somewhat better, no different, somewhat worse, much worse. What, if anything, did you like about the way the fan reaction was held? What, if anything, did you dislike about the fan? Optional. The video is shown here again in case you would like it for reference. Then there's this. A fucking surrounding of like
that's
tons of people.
If I could
at least 15, 20
with,
people.
I would like to do that with you guys. I think that would be really cool. But I mean, that's a lot. That's too many people getting in the way of seeing Zelina Vega.
Yeah,
like in one day.
I know. For me, this is how I feel about it. I don't care if it's.
There's also questions. Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
No. Go ahead. You say finish.
No, so there's also questions like, do you like sound? Is 5 to 9 people too much? Is 3 people good? Would you like to see a chat room instead of the people? Would you like to have more things pop up like underneath, like stats about the wrestlers, other things on the screen besides just the wrestling to just help add to the show? Because without the audience there, it's just people wrestling and the announcers. So it's more to look at, more to listen to. I think they said with this many people, there would be no sound, or if possible, an option to turn off the sound of the people watching along.
I would have to have it. Yeah. This is just while they're doing the no attendance shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is kind of how I feel about it. All right. Now, I think there is wrestling that happens on Twitch, right? Like TNA has a Twitch channel. They do live shit on there. They show old shit on there. Now, I know you guys don't spend a whole lot of time on Twitch besides the podcast, or maybe you do, I don't know. But if you ever go into a stream that has like 30,000 people watching it, right? Chat is different. It's not like you can't interact. The streamer can't interact with the chat, right? And so that's why like emotes on Twitch play such a big role for like big channels like that, where an emote has like this meta meaning, right? Where like there's an emote on Twitch called K-Kona, right? Where it's just this guy's face. And anytime anything remotely happens in America, like that has to do with America, this emote is like synonymous with like just like American culture, right? Like it could be anything from like a southern dude, like someone comes on chat stream with like a southern accent. Like if the streamer's watching like a YouTube video and somebody in the YouTube video starts talking in a southern accent or something, there will just be a wave of K-Konas in the chat. You know what I mean? And so that is like that same thing like translates to all Twitch emotes. Like there's an emote for everything so people can communicate like a hive mind to the streamer, right? And I think it would have a similar thing like with wrestling. If WWE did that, people could use emotes to express what they're thinking. And then when you said chat, that little bell went off in my head and I was like, I would love to watch Wrestlemania on Twitch. You know what I mean? That would be great.
Well, they did that with the Facebook thing. You remember when they did the Facebook like where it was like, what's the big dude's name who's fighting Goldberg now? Him and Alexa Bliss were tag team. It was like the Mix Max Challenge. They showed that shit on Facebook. Yeah. And they definitely had the chat going, and it wasn't really anything. But I thought this was interesting. So they gave an option. They're like, how often should fan reactions be shown during the show? Once or twice during matches or key segments of the show, for about half of the matches, for most of the matches, or for all. So I thought that was interesting, that maybe they would only have the crowd reactions or fan reactions for like certain matches or for big matches, or, kind of just bring people in. Like basically you'd be watching WWE on Twitch and just whatever your reaction is, they just happen to throw you up on the screen, I mean, it definitely creates another job for somebody.
Oh yeah. See, if they could do something like that, that would be perfect. But
I also thought this was really interesting. The first time they've done something like this. How much do you watch all these other things?
News to us that they're even aware that these other companies, exist.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting that that at least WWE has acknowledged that something needs to change or that it's definitely awkward. And if it's going to be like this for a little bit and they're going to continue on, that they try to incorporate the fans more. Because unlike baseball, where baseball could be played right now in empty stadiums and just have invisible runners on first and second and third. And
like we used to do, you know?
Or they can have golf happen still, like,
oh yeah.
Like wrestling is definitely a sports entertainment thing that like the crowd is a huge part of it.
It's like, it'd be like doing stand-up without an audience. I mean, like John Oliver, I think, has been doing shows without an audience too. And it's, markedly different, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just get like a laugh track.
So boys, are we gonna get into our WrestleMania predictions, or what are we gonna? What are our final?
Well, I want
thoughts
to do a little bit more wrestling news real quick.
Okay. Yeah, of course,
AEW announced their new title.
Yes, the TNT title. Also,
TV title.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So, I have mixed feelings on this. Right. Okay. First of all, I think it's fantastic that AEW is introducing a second title. Okay, secondary title. Presumably.
Well, no, they're not gonna say it's lesser than.
Okay,
it's just another title.
That's fine. Oh, yeah, I saw Cody Rhodes was in the running for it. He's in the bracket.
He's probably gonna get it.
Probably, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. They haven't booked him strong. Well, I mean, they have booked him strong. But he's been booked to lose so far, right? But anyway, so my kind of feeling towards it is, okay, first of all, I'll be honest with you. I love AEW. It is my primary source of wrestling enjoyment. I'm so happy that they got Matt Hardy. I love the roster. I love the show. I love it. It's so much better than WWE for me personally. That said, this is like kind of the first thing that I was just kind of like, TNT title? Like, why would you name a title after the lamest aspect of any show is what network it's on? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit?
It makes the network executives happy. There's a good chance that they're going to get a second show on TBS.
Yeah.
Or a different channel.
And then they'll have the TBS title.
So this title will be the title for that show. And I think
they could have called it the Dynamite Champion.
Well, it also stops for them from like having to put Chris Jericho or Jon Moxley in matches for the title on TV. Because since they don't have pay-per-views every fucking day like WWE does, they have them like 4 or 5 times a year. 4 times, I think, right now. Oh my God, the TNT title's up for grabs. Like, it'll be up for grabs, more often than say the big title,
Yeah. Yeah, you defend it on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
I think it would have to be monthly. It's the monthly title defense.
That's cool.
If you want to be the champion, you gotta defend it that month.
Yeah.
And there'll be tournaments. There's a tournament to be the number 1 contenders for it right now. They announced the bracket, half the bracket on AEW Dark last night. I think we're getting Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara again. So there's definitely some awesome matches like that are coming out of it. But that's it for AEW. They're still going strong. Let's dive into this
WrestleMania predictions. We got
the
shitload of
weirdest
matches.
WrestleMania ever.
Now I got the card up here as of 23 hours ago.
Okay.
But the card, some of these matches that are listed are very much not happening. We know that WrestleMania has already been taped, and that many of these matches are in flux and up in the air. Oh yeah, WrestleMania was taped last week.
They taped it 2 days ago.
Now I don't think there's been leaks. I have not read any leaks. I don't know.
No, there's no leaks because everything was like a closed set.
But what we have heard is that there are reports, and it has been confirmed by Triple H and Roman Reigns himself, that Roman Reigns is not wrestling on WrestleMania, and
of course, and he shouldn't be.
And he shouldn't be. No one should at this point, with as many wrestlers that they have in quarantine or whatever.
Buddy Murphy's out.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy, Rey Mysterio, Dana Brooke, all mysteriously vanished off of the WrestleMania card, and I wonder why.
Yep.
That said, The Miz also has been pulled.
Some of them have kids, some of them have older parents that live with them. There's a lot of reasons like that too. It has nothing to do with them being sick.
So what we'll do is we'll discuss the matches that are listed here, and for matches like when the Roman Reigns match comes up, we can maybe, instead of giving a prediction about that match, we can predict maybe what they'll show instead. So anyway, the first match listed here.
Wait,
go ahead.
Wait. I got some couple things before we start.
Sure.
Before WrestleMania on Twitch on Saturday at 4 o'clock, twitch.tv/Mark Pyman
Check
There's
them
going to
out.
be WrestleMania trivia. It's free to play. You could do it with friends. Join the chat. It's going to be taking place 2 hours before Mania. It's going to be super fun. Pie Man's going to have music videos going on. He does a really great Twitch trivia. I think he might even be doing it today, later on. So that was Mark Pieman on Twitch, I believe, is his name. I'm going to pull it up right now real quick because I don't want to fuck it up for you guys.
See, I could do a shout out in chat, so it'll drop. I think
it's Mark Pieman. He doesn't have any videos up there. Basically, he just goes live and he doesn't save anything on there. He's a DJ out of the UK. He does pub trivia. He does a really good trivia. So his wrestling trivia is going to be super fun. He told me he did all the questions and everything during Raw.
Yes.
So play along. It'll be fun. And let's over under. Do we get somebody singing the national anthem?
Ooh.
Yes, absolutely. In this trying
Michael
time,
Cole.
you know.
Is Lillian Garcia
yeah.
is someone singing it on location, or are they singing it like from their home?
I think
I think it's going to be Gal Gadot, Will Ferrell, and it's going to be like all of those people who wanted to sing Imagine. No, maybe.
No, I think we're going to get a song. I think it's going to play, but I think it's not going to be someone singing it. I think it's going to just be the music of the national anthem with like the video package that they show.
So wait, are you saying that we get Ron the Eagle back this year?
Yes, we're going to get Ron the Eagle. But it's going to just be like some really bad like MIDI version of it. You know?
Okay, so that was the first one. Pyro. Are we getting pyro?
Not in the Performance Center. If they're filming in multiple locations, which has been reported but not confirmed to my knowledge, maybe they have an outside ring set up somewhere, or maybe they're filming in the NXT arena. Can they do pyro in the NXT arena? Probably not, right?
I think
Probably
they
not.
can. I mean, I watched some videos the other day. I watched Will Ospreay versus B. Priestley in an awesome match, and they were in a fucking tiny ass room, and there was pyro going off. I think it's possible.
I'm gonna bet that they do a pyro display outside, maybe outside of the Performance Center. Maybe they launch pyro from the roof of this Performance Center.
I think they're gonna show the pyrotechnics display from like Sarasota Spring Break 1984 or something, and then just gonna kind of let it happen. Let it go with that.
Now, okay, so those are my other first two things before it even starts.
Okay.
Do we think? Are we getting a huge pre-show? Are they doing a big WrestleMania pre-show?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, you mean like the panel with like Booker T and Renee Young?
Well, so like they've been doing the panels like this, like they've been doing stuff like this, backstage.
Yeah, so we'll probably get it at 6, right?
I don't know. I think it starts
maybe,
at
but
6.
also,
no, WrestleMania starts at 6 o'clock.
I thought 7.
It's earlier.
I mean, usually WrestleMania starts at 2 p.m. on the Tuesday before WrestleMania, I think. But
I'm pretty sure WrestleMania starts pretty early.
All right. I mean, I guess they got to keep in mind that they're, I don't know if their primary concern is filling up time or keeping people interested in watching. I imagine I don't think that they would assume for a second that people aren't going to be watching WrestleMania, but I do think they have to be a little realistic with how much time that they want to be, not wrestling.
Are there really like 17 matches still happening, or did they cut some of these?
I don't know. Envy Mets in chat says that WrestleMania pre-show starts at 5 and then the actual show starts at 7. That's crazy.
Right.
On both nights? I don't know.
Well, it's only going to be probably like 3 or 4 hours long a night. Yeah. It's not going to be like 8 hours a day.
Right. It'll be over at 10.
And I know that they only announced one match so far, like on which day it's actually happening.
Okay, so we have no idea. And we have no idea what order these matches are in, but we got them in this order, so we're going to go with this order. Are we ready to start?
From the bottom up?
I'm going from the first one listed to the last one listed.
Okay, because my bottom ones, it's like Otis versus Dolph Ziggler.
That's the first one I have is Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm on USA Today's card.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so we'll wait for Terry to start. Nate, what do you think of all this shit, man?
Well, I've been watching 30 Rock. That's 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 what I've been doing.
Are you have you been watching AEW at all? Are you up to
no,
date
dude?
with AEW?
I haven't. No. It's hey, he's back. There he
back.
is.
All right.
Hang on, I'm getting some Pepsi.
All right, we'll wait for Nate. So Terry,
Sorry,
let's get the same
from work.
Let's get the same list. Can you send me a link to the list that you got?
Yeah. Maggie just got home from work, and she has
okay.
she has like a self quarantine area at the bottom of the stairs, where she has to get completely naked.
Oh, okay.
So she wanted to make sure she wasn't on video.
That's good. Do you want me to send me yours? This one.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you right now. This is as of yesterday, I believe.
All right. Can you send it in the? Okay. All right. I'll just.
Oh, sorry. I sent it to your phone.
No. That's fine.
Nate's cat is going across the screen right now.
Is it? Oh my God.
We are professional here. So yeah, the only match that I see that's announced for Saturday is Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Everything else is because of the promo Kevin Owens cut on Raw.
Right.
So Kevin Owens said, on Saturday I'm gonna, butter your bean or something like that.
I'm gonna butter your bean. What the hell, dude?
Dude, you remember Brawl for All?
No.
No? You don't remember the Brawl for All? Nate, do you remember the Brawl for All? WWF, they had the wrestlers box each other.
Yeah, you don't mean like a Madball and token entry show at a matinee at CBGB's. Okay.
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, that's where, didn't Butterbean fought somebody? Yeah.
Yeah, Butterbean, Bart Gunn.
That's right. Wasn't it regarded as one of the more, how do you say, boring pay-per-views that the WWF had?
Yeah, but like it was like crazy. Every week, people were like breaking their faces.
Yeah,
like,
Like I remember, like Bradshaw was in that.
So next week or in 2 weeks, it's one of the episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. It's the Brawl for All.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I'll be excited to see that.
Because I guess it ended like pretty poorly or some shit.
All right, so let's go from the bottom up. Let's go from the bottom up. Otis. We'll start with Otis. Mets in chat says Otis is winning. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. Who do you guys got?
Okay, so the storyline here is Dolph Ziggler with Mandy Rose.
Yes, so very much
listeners,
so.
I was very much into WWE when we started this podcast. I basically just watch the pay-per-views now, maybe listening to a couple podcasts to get filled in on what's going on. I watch NXT weekly, and I watch NXT pay-per-views all the time, but I only watch WWE pay-per-views. So sometimes I don't know what happens week to week. Most of the time I don't.
I got Otis because it's WrestleMania, and they're not going to send people home miserable. Especially
nobody's there. So
especially, they're not going to make them miserable. I think it's going to be a very
people home disappointed.
I think
everybody's going to. All the baby faces are winning at this WrestleMania.
They really should. We need something.
Except I bet you we'll get there, but I bet you that they're not going to give the title to Drew McIntyre. I bet you they don't.
No, I don't think so either. I think that's going to be the big disappointment. That's going to be the only disappointment, though. I think for the majority of this, it's going to be like a very face-heavy winning situation for WrestleMania because they want to keep everyone's spirits high, right? Or maybe they don't give a fuck. It's Vince McMahon. He probably doesn't care.
Okay, so Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. Wait, let's get we're going to get a pen and paper to keep track of all of our guesses.
All right, yes, and then we can reference this.
Yeah, I should have had this ready to go. We're real professional here. Where the hell's my paper?
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
Mets says it's 2 nights. They're definitely not giving him the title change. No, I don't think so either, Mets. I think
he had a chance of winning it if there was real people there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. McIntyre got over. McIntyre got over.
McIntyre got over?
But now I just think that if they're going to take that title off Lesnar. Well, we'll talk about Lesnar when we get to that.
All right, WrestleMania predictions. We've done this for so many years in the podcast, and we never keep track of what anybody says.
No, so let's keep track.
And then we would talk shit the next week whether we were right or not.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do it right now, and then so we can be like, so we could talk shit next week on the cast.
Absolutely.
All right. So Dan,
right. I got Otis.
Nate, and Terry. All right. So you have Otis.
I got Otis, baby.
I say Otis all around.
I say Otis also.
Okay. Mets in chat wants to know if we can keep track of him too. Just put Mets. Keep it
sure.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Mets, I will add you. I'll just have DNTM, so let's remember Mets. And Mets says Otis?
Otis, yes.
Okay, so Otis versus Dolph. Otis all around. Actually, that could be even the opening match.
Yeah, probably. Saturday.
Well, they usually like to
match.
put like a banger. Except that year that Daniel Bryan fought Sheamus in the 18-second match.
True. What do you guys think about Elias versus King Corbin?
I think at that point I'll be taking whatever snacks out of the oven, and I'll probably miss the whole thing on purpose.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
I think King Corbin. My prediction goes to King Corbin because he just lost so many matches against Roman Reigns over the course of the last 10 months because they have such creative storytelling on SmackDown. I think they're going to try to build King Corbin back up and have him come out on top at Mania.
Yeah, dude, I'm into that also. I mean, did you see a few weeks ago? I think it was the first time that the WWE did the show without the audience, where Elias stood up on the announcer's desk to play a song to distract somebody. It was the goofiest thing I had ever seen because you had an audience of nobody listening to this blues scale that Elias was finger picking while the match was finishing, and I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to say Baron Corbin.
You say Corbin also? I'm going to say. Are we sticking with all the good guys winning in this? Because
no, that's not going to happen. I think a lot of the good guys will win, but you can't have all the good guys win.
I hate Baron Corbin, so I will say Corbin as well.
All right, that's who I got.
What does Metz got? Metz, let's hurry it up.
Metz says Corbin.
Okay.
AJ Capone says WWE sucks. Let's go Ring of Honor. AJ Capone watches Ring of Honor.
I like Ring of Honor too. I've fallen off of Ring of Honor since AEW came out. I've fallen off of Ring of Honor.
Capone, you got to watch AEW, man.
Yeah, AEW and New Japan is what I got these days. And then whatever matches I hear on the indies are great. I'll watch like OTT and a bunch of other things. Whatever's cool, but I can't. Show-wise, I can't give another hour to wrestling. I can give a match here or there.
It's too much, dude. It's too much. There's just too much. Who do we got for Alistair Black versus Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley. What's his name?
He's the guy with
the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Is he still with Lana?
I don't know.
No.
I think so. I think they kind of dropped that whole thing. I think she is, though. I think she's still... Yeah, I think she is, actually. They just don't... He just hasn't been on TV in like a month, though. That's it. That's all it is.
All right. I'm going to go with Alistair Black.
Yeah, they've been pushing him to the moon. Well, I wouldn't say that, but they've been...
I'm going to say...
What's up?
Just for the sake of it, I'm going to say Bobby Lashley so that somebody can
Devil's
be wrong.
advocate.
Yeah.
I'd say they go with Alistair Black. Metz in chat also says Alistair Black. Remember his MMA career? AJ Capone says yes. I do.
What did AJ say?
AJ Capone asked if we remember Bobby Lashley's MMA career.
I remember his military career. All right. So next up we got the Firefly Funhouse match.
Lord.
John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. I think this will be the first match that's not like in an empty arena or a ring.
Yeah.
I think those first three matches we're getting in the same location.
Yes.
I think that they're going to have this match via Zoom. And so John Cena will be in his house. Bray Wyatt will be in his house.
Yeah.
And they'll kind of just like be trading blows like this.
Yeah.
Like a virtual reality Half-Life Alyx kind of thing.
I got, all right, listen. The Fiend's going over, baby, because they just unceremoniously took the title off of him at the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, put it on Goldberg for no reason. Now that was really like the biggest mistake they could have made, especially now
that's dumb.
Now that's very dumb. It was purely a money move, I think, for WWE, but I think it's got to go to Bray Wyatt, dude. He's got to go over at Mania at the Show of Shows, and that's a shoot, brother.
I also say Bray Wyatt's winning, or the Fiend, because John Cena is the part-timer. He's not there. He's there to lose. I haven't watched SmackDown. I'm only can assume that their storytelling actually has been probably pretty good with the two of them. The
promo they had together was really good, sort of.
Well, I'm excited. I think the video packages are going to be splendid this year. They're always really good, but like I think they're going to be extra good because pretty much like what else do they have to make? Like the video package are probably going to be better than most of the matches.
Yeah,
they're going to be quarantine good. They're going to be as good as I don't know if you've seen this, but they made a fake trailer for the Cat's Butthole Supercut. So it's on there. So I think I think it's a hell of a time to be a creative person with a computer at your house.
So Nate, do you think the Fiend is going to win?
Yeah,
he's going to win.
What are they going to do with John Cena?
What's that?
What are they going to do with John Cena?
There's no reason for John Cena to win.
He's done it all, baby. A lot. That's been the case often over the past like 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that this is
John Cena is enhancement talent in 2020.
I mean, yeah, but he's going to do the same thing The Rock did. In like a few years, he'll come back and like he'll face somebody and it'll be like, oh, John Cena's going to lose again, and then he'll win.
John Cena. They gotta give John Cena that 17th championship win to go one more to get him one more championship than Ric Flair. They have to. Nobody deserves it more than Cena, dude. Say what you want about John Cena. AJ Capone doesn't like Cena, but that dude had look at the length of John Cena's career compared to somebody like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That guy was the face of the company for like what? How many years? 16.
John Cena has earned my respect over the years. I was a firm Cena hater. I'm firm Cena hater, but now Cena is in firm legend status for me. So I can't boo him, just like Chris Jericho.
I'm a reformed Cena hater.
I'm supposed to boo him.
I'm a reformed Cena hater. I hated Cena too, but he won my respect just for the for his
work ethic,
his ethic. And I'll tell you what, if you're ever feeling down about the current state of the world, just go read some of John Cena's motivational tweets. That guy's tweeting out a lot of happy things to read that'll pick you up if you read some bad news.
Cena and Andrew Cuomo need to start doing their 11 a.m. press conferences together.
They should run together. Whatever.
It'd be cool as hell, dude.
So wait, do we think this match takes place like in like the Matrix?
It's a Firefly Funhouse match, so I think it's going to take place there, man.
I think it's going to take place in the reptile house of the Bronx Zoo, and it's just there's going to be some spiders thrown around and stuff. I think it's going to be a lot like the Super Nintendo WrestleMania game where the Undertaker shot ghosts out of his hands. I think it's going to be.
I hope so. I am all about like straight up CGI green screen in this match.
Yeah,
like big time.
Yeah, so they blew their load with the Randy Orton match when they had cockroaches displayed on the.
That was in the setting of a wrestling ring. I'm talking about doing it in the setting of already a green screen, like basically like Nick Arcade style match, like a match with just in front of a green screen.
I mean, it'd be really cool. Now is the time to be weird. This ain't the time to be shy and conventional.
Like if it's really weird, like Matt Hardy at the height of the broken gimmick weird, then I think it only can be good for Bray Wyatt at this point.
Yeah. I think we're at a new peak for that though, right? Damascus. By the way, Mets in chat has John Cena for this match.
Really? JC.
There you go.
JC.
Yeah.
So who do we got?
Next up,
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match.
Wait, you skipped a match.
I did? Last man standing. Oh, how could I skip this one? Randy Orton versus Edge.
This is the best story and best everything from.
It's such a shame. It's a real shame that this is happening. That it's a real shame that coronavirus happened to Edge and Randy Orton.
I know, man.
This is Randy Orton's best story in years.
This is.
It's Edge's best story in years too.
It's like Edge said on Raw, and I forget the promo, and now I have nothing to say. But Edge basically was like, "I make you better." You know what I mean? You were at your best 9 years ago, and now you're at your best again. And he's right. So, I got Edge all day because they can't book it any other way.
Oh,
Mesh has Edge.
I don't know. I mean, especially with the coronavirus, is Edge a regular competitor? Is he only going to wrestle like Brock Lesnar? Is he back? I mean,
you don't know.
Did you hear the story about how Edge got back into wrestling? He was basically riding a bike with Sheamus and fell off and like crushed his shoulder or something like that. Jesus. And then when he survived that, and he was like, "Well, I guess I'm okay." And then he decided he wanted to wrestle again.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I too often decide to do dangerous shit after I crush my shoulder on something. That's usually where I get the bright idea to do that sort of stuff.
So I got Edge. Mets in chat has Edge.
AJ I will 100%. I'll give it to Edge too.
I definitely think that's the main event, either Saturday or
Saturday.
Sunday.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's the biggest storyline right now. What storyline is better?
There's none that are better, but I think that they're going to put whatever the title match is over that.
What's the other title matches besides Brock? What's the other one?
Well, it was supposed to be Roman Reigns versus Goldberg, but now it's going to be
exactly. So it's not even like a real thing. So
I think they're like, well, yeah, I guess
Goldberg
right.
Goldberg will be on, and this Randy Orton Edge match will be the main event that night. Goldberg's match will go on before this.
I hope so.
And it'll be like a squash.
Also, AJ Capone says Edge was his dude back in the day. Edge, like he went through that whole period of his career
where he fought Randy Orton every week.
Yeah, but no,
when he was in the Brood,
where he was like that dude on SmackDown. You know what I mean? And he went through that like year-long feud with the fucking Undertaker, and it was awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was like his peak as a heel. When he was a heel,
he also loved Vicky Guerrero.
Oh yeah, really that was weird. You know. But yeah. So I don't know. I think it's got to go to Edge unless they're continuing to make it. Unless they're going to do like part 2 at SummerSlam or something like that, and you know they're going to.
I think a lot of these matches are getting part 2s.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to do a replay of WrestleMania at some point.
Pretty much SummerSlam.
I was a firm fan of canceling WrestleMania and just moving it to another.
I thought so. They should have did it in whenever it's safe to do it. Who do you got, Nate? Edge?
Yes, absolutely Edge. I don't think it's. I mean, it would be interesting if we had one doom and gloom story come out of this, and nothing would give Randy a lot more heat, I think, than just beating the shit out of Edge at this point. But I'd rather on this day, I would rather see Edge win.
Let's see. Met says, I don't think Brock will main event. I honestly think the women's main event or the Taker main event for what? That's a good point, dude. Hey, Becky Lynch, because like, listen, Becky Lynch, they'll let Becky Lynch main event just so she can say for a year that I main evented WrestleMania 2. You know what I mean? You know,
right?
Yeah.
Y'all planks.
All right. So next up, we got Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Does their team have a name, or they're just called that?
I don't know.
It's like Cross Bliss or Bliss Cross Bliss.
Know. All I know is it's Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the only reason I still watch WWE on a weekly basis, the Kabuki Warriors. Can we just say that
Warriors, that's what they're called. Kabuki Warriors. I think they're called like the Sky something.
No.
After all of this shit is said and done, and we go back to like crowds and normal wrestling events and stuff like that, that nobody deserves a raise, a pay raise, and a gigantic push to the moon more than Asuka, because that woman has been carrying, and I'm not simping for Asuka.
Where is Kairi Sane?
I think she got married or something like that, and she's not there, but she's going to be there for Mania. Asuka has been in Orlando this whole time since they started doing these Performance Center shows. She hasn't left Orlando. If you watch her YouTube channel, she's down there living life, carrying Raw every week. You know what I mean?
Being weird.
Putting Raw on her back, dude. So I think not only does Asuka deserve a pay raise for the work that she's putting in right now to keep Raw at least mildly entertaining, but also a push to the fucking moon. I would say that Asuka and Kairi Sane would win this match, but it is heavily rumored that after this, Kairi Sane is out, and she's rumored to be going back to Japan. Yeah. So
you mean
that's funny. I just wrote my prediction down saying Bliss and Cross win, and Asuka turns on Kairi Sane.
I think you're right, dude. I think Bliss and Nikki Cross win. Asuka turns on Kairi Sane to write her off TV, and there you have it. That's my guess. Yeah.
So you think Bliss and Cross are going to win also?
I think Bliss and Cross are going to win. So does Mets.
Yeah, I guess Bliss and Cross are probably going to win, but I don't think anything that interesting is going to happen to Kairi and Asuka after this. I think that they're just going to kind of continue as was, because they don't give WWE that much credit. No, because I don't give the WWE enough credit. Exactly, that's what it is. But Dan, I think you're right. I mean, I think the Kabuki Warriors have been my favorite part about the women's division. I haven't really given a shit about Becky, and I haven't really been pining for the return of Ronda or any of this. For me, it's really been about Asuka and Kairi Sane.
100%. They haven't utilized. Still, even today, they're not utilizing them the way they should be. But I think they're still, with what they're given, they're the most entertaining aspect, not only of the women's division, but maybe just WWE in general.
I think Ronda was supposed to come back. Actually, I really do.
Yeah, I thought so too, because there had been some picture. Cain Velasquez kind of like posted a picture of him and her at WWE headquarters like a month ago, and I heard that McMahon was furious over it. He didn't know he wasn't supposed to post any shit like that, and it was supposed to be a confidential thing. So I think they were possibly meeting in terms of like maybe having her appear at WrestleMania, interfere with the Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch match in some capacity. I think that's probably off the table at this point. Maybe down the line at SummerSlam or something, Ronda will pop back up if the world is restored to its normal state by then. What do we got next here? The Intercontinental Championship match: Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn. I'm gonna say, shit, dude. I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan. I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan. I'm gonna say that Sami Zayn is a placeholder.
Wait,
champion
Sami Zayn is facing Daniel Bryan
for the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah,
that's gonna be
Sami
a great
Zayn
match.
Is the Intercontinental Champion, but I think he's a placeholder champion, and they moved the title off of Braun Strowman and put it on Sami Zayn so they can put it on Daniel Bryan. I think that was the move.
All right. So Zayn versus Bryan. So you say Bryan's winning?
I say Daniel Bryan, and so does NV Mets down in the chat.
Nate?
I'm going to get a water really quick while we're...
I'm hoping Sami Zayn pulls it out. You know what? Yeah, I think it's going to go to Sami just for the just to keep it interesting, just to keep it spicy and fresh.
So I put Bryan down because I believe that they don't believe in Sami Zayn.
I'm sure they don't.
Even though I believe in Sami Zayn.
Because
he's been great and he just won it. But I think that Vince McMahon hates Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think Vince looks at all of like these Sami Zayn clips and memes of him, of all the stuff that he was doing with Nakamura over the past year and just hates it. And I feel like he looks
Sami
at...
Zayn hates it?
No, I feel like Vince hates Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you notice that after Sami Zayn, it was probably about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago, over the summer perhaps, Sami Zayn mentioned AEW on air, right?
Yes, he did.
They were doing like a Q&A segment where...
There's no way he did that without being told it was okay.
I don't know, though. It's live. It's live TV.
I don't think so.
Because what happened was all right, it was you know what I'm talking about. It was the Q&A segment, and the fan asked the first question. He's like, you could have asked me about anything. You could have asked me about AEW. You know what I mean? And it was after that he suddenly disappeared from his wrestling role and got turned into a manager. You know what I mean? So it's only now that he's wrestling again, So I don't know, man. I feel like that if it, we don't know. We don't know.
I think that's going to be a great match, though. They're going to fucking wrestle.
Yes.
It's going to be a Matt classic, as they say.
Did you guys get your predictions in?
Yeah,
I'm
Nate
saying
said
it's
Zayn.
Sami.
Okay. Next we got Raw Tag Team Championship, the Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza.
Who? No.
Who? Austin Theory actually...
So he's replacing somebody, right?
He replaced Andrade, who has mysteriously disappeared. Actually, they said Andrade can't wrestle because he has a broken rib. I think it's interesting that Andrade also wrestled Rey Mysterio 2 weeks ago, who has also mysteriously disappeared off of the WrestleMania card.
Mysteriously.
Okay? Yeah, but very mysteriously disappeared. Austin Theory, if you guys don't know, came from, I think, Impact Wrestling. I think Austin Theory was supposed to be the Glitch. You know the Glitch on SmackDown that's been popping up on the screens and shit like that?
No,
sure.
he's been wrestling on Austin Theory's been wrestling on NXT. He got called up way too quick to join this match.
Oh,
I know who Austin Theory is.
So who's the Glitch?
The Glitch is Killer Cross.
Yeah. I was
Who
confused.
hasn't debuted yet.
Mets thinks it's going to be Street Profits that are losing, so he's got Angel Garza and Austin Theory. I think the Street Profits are going to win because they just won the titles, and I think it's too soon to take it off them.
Same, I agree. I want to see them. I want the smoke.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm going with both here. Yeah.
Speaking of, who's the dude in the Street Profits? What's their names?
Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, the other one.
Angelo Dawkins is the one that looks like
Carmelo Anthony. The other one. That guy did this spot.
What the hell's his name right now?
I can't remember. The one with way more charisma.
And he's a better in the ring also.
Yes. Although Dawkins isn't bad or anything, he's just, in comparison, the other guy kind of outshines.
He's been in
him a
NXT as long as Aaliyah has.
Aaliyah?
Exactly. She's been in NXT since the beginning.
So on Raw on Monday, they did Street Profits versus somebody. I can't remember what the match was. But the other dude from the Street Profits did this spot where he was supposed to get tripped. He was going to be going for like a suicide dive over the top rope, right? And he was going to land on Austin Theory. But the spot was supposed to be that he got tripped before he got the chance to dive out of the ring. So it was going to be like a setup for a suicide dive that never happened. the guy missed the spot where he was supposed to trip him, and so he did the suicide dive anyway, and he overshot his jump so fucking much that he landed, dude, and Austin Theory didn't know it was coming. He didn't know to expect it. It was like an on-the-fly kind of call thing, and Austin Theory just straight up did a Miz and stepped the fuck out the way, and the dude from the Street Profits straight up flat-backed. Like from 15 fucking feet in the air, dude.
Yeah. I saw that.
Oh my god.
I think I saw it on WrestleBotch or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I was watching that and I was like, he's dead. Like, he's paralyzed.
That's going to be the worst feeling ever, to just do a giant spot and then, I mean, it's a good and bad thing. You just killed yourself for nobody in that arena.
Yeah.
But everybody at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nate, who do you got?
I think I'm going with the Street Profits.
You want the smoke?
I want the smoke
Yep.
too. And Mets.
I want the smoke.
Mets says Austin Theory and Angel Garza.
All right.
All right. Well, he's wrong, but that's cool.
He might be wrong.
All right. SmackDown Tag Team Championship ladder match. The Miz and John Moore. Oh, all right. That's not happening because the Miz has since been pulled from the card.
So
I don't know what they're going to do here. This match may or may not be happening.
All right. So Miz and Morrison versus who?
New Day and the Usos in a triple threat ladder match. But
that would have been so cool.
Yeah. I mean, if they do what they should do, the Miz and Morrison should have to vacate the titles, and it would be the Usos versus the New Day in a ladder match. That's what I'm hoping for.
I feel so bad for John Morrison. That dude came back and got put right back in the spot he left in.
Or they're going to replace.
And
They're
then
going to
the
replace the
coronavirus
Miz.
happened.
Yeah, it's true. I think they'll probably be replacing the Miz with Michael Cole.
My face
why
is
not?
dropped.
Fuck it, why not?
All right, so if this match does happen, I'm just going to say, or however it might happen, I'm just going to say the Usos are winning, because why not?
I'm going to say the Usos because apparently they were very upset with The Miz for showing up to WrestleMania taping sick because Roman Reigns is immunocompromised.
Yeah.
Dude, they might just make them vacate the titles right there on the spot and just have the Usos versus the New Day.
That's what they'll
in a
probably
ladder
do.
match. And then, Morrison helps somebody win, and Morrison goes off to feud with The Miz when The Miz is better.
Ooh, that would be good. I think the Usos are going to win. I think they're going to give them they gave them the titles to calm them down at WrestleMania because apparently there was all these reports coming out that they were pissed, And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just every day they just stream from their house from the Uso Penitentiary.
I'm going
right
Usos.
now. I'm at the Big Mike Terry Penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
Nate,
Okay.
what do you got? Usos?
Yeah, I did kind of like the idea of Morrison helping the New Day and kind of vibing with them for a little while. But
It's such a weird mix.
I know. But if
I actually think it would work really well.
yeah, I mean, because he's got like the pretty boy kind of gimmick about him and all that, and I think that he could be like the White Carlton to the New Day's Ashley, Will, and Hillary. I
like it. I like it.
But I also don't think this match is going to. I don't think it's. We don't know when it's going to happen. But if it does, I imagine that the Usos are going to win it.
Okay,
I think
but not without all that.
Mets has the
Right.
Usos too.
Cool.
All right, we got a few here. Mets is keeping us honest here. All right,
Yes.
what do we got next?
The Boneyard match, whatever the fuck that means.
I can't wait. This is the best Undertaker promo in years.
Oh my god, he destroyed AJ Styles in that promo. But it's Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Holy shit, dude. When he said that Michelle McCool got the Styles clash over better than AJ Styles, I fucking marked the fuck out, dude. Oh my god, that was
I also
good.
like that he's like mean Mark Undertaker.
Yeah.
I want him to show up to this match like perfectly mixed as the Undertaker and the American Badass Undertaker.
Yeah,
so just
dude.
straight up all black leather, like Undertaker, mixed with straight up do-rag, fighting gloves, but not you know what I'm saying? Not straight dead man, but not straight biker Taker, a nice hybrid of both.
All right, I think okay, yeah. So all right, so now he's got the weird do-rag.
It's like this over his face.
He's got the do-rag and the bandana under the do-rag.
Yeah, it's like this low. He's like, all right, Albert James, if we're using real names, you talk about my wife, Starla, she did the move better than you did. Every
Yeah, be right back.
Side story while Nate's gone. Have you heard the story about the Undertaker trying to kidnap Jenna Jameson?
Yes, but I don't remember it because it was like years ago that Nate told it.
So Undertaker used to hang out at Jenna Jameson's tattoo shop when she was like 16. I guess she worked there. And her boyfriend was like a tattoo artist or owned the shop. And Taker used to go there and be like, they became friends. And one night, like, I guess they had a fight and like, he was like, I'm going to take you away from him, like kind of thing. And like, was going to kidnap her. Some crazy shit like that. Yeah, Undertaker's fucking no joke, man. He's just a scary dude.
Dude, what's his fucking gang called? The fucking...
Oh, the Backstreet Boys or whatever like that? The Boneyard Crew?
The Boneyard Crew, dude.
But no, they used to just play dice or dominoes like it's like him, Mark Henry, the APA, like Hurricane Helms.
Dude,
They all have a tattoo. That's what the tattoo on his stomach is.
Yeah. Metz says Taker is winning and he sees Kane coming back to help. I don't see Kane coming back strictly because he's the mayor of Fort Knox. of Knoxville, Tennessee. And he has way bigger obligations down there right now, dealing with the coronavirus and everything. But TBH Taker's wife does the Styles Clash better. I don't know, man. I haven't seen enough footage of it. I don't remember.
No way. She looked better doing it, but that's about it. Lay Cool.
Lay Cool. Oh my god.
The unholy trinity. I think Lay Cool's gonna come help the Undertaker.
Nobody put. Never mind. I had a bad joke.
I honestly think that we're definitely getting Gallows and Anderson involved in this.
Yes. All right. So wait, hold up. Are you thinking that Undertaker's gonna lose?
I think Undertaker's gonna bury everybody alive. I think everyone's getting buried.
Is that the rule? So it is a buried alive match, is it not?
I don't know if it's a buried alive match. I think
it's a boneyard match.
Yeah, so like there's just I don't know what the rules are. I don't know how you
means
win.
that you just recite Bone Thugs and Harmony lyrics.
I'm taking the whole time.
Whoever sings Crossroads better.
Yeah, the whole time he's just punching AJ like every day. and then AJ Styles like,
oh God. I think, the way that
we're getting a backhoe, we're getting a hearse. We're definitely getting like all smokes and whistles.
Are we going to get a hologram of Paul Bearer?
We're getting fire. We're getting lightning. We're getting holograms. Dude, this is the match to like just break it all.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like if
and it's going to be 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
Dude, AJ and Taker will be just as ridiculous as the Bray Wyatt Fiend fight.
Definitely.
Like House of whatever was the Firefly Funhouse match.
Yes.
Those two matches are going to push WWE to the creative limit of what they can do, not in a wrestling ring. I think there will be a wrestling ring in the boneyard. I think they will have a ring in a yard.
But whose yard is it? It's Undertaker. It's Roman Reigns now.
What species of extinct animal are they going to be? Bones? Are they going to be using as weapons? Are they going to be like raiding like the natural history museum, just pelting each other with bird bones?
Clearly, the great woolly mammoth.
I think if I was bringing a bone to a match, I would probably bring something's femur or something like
femur,
that.
Easily femur,
like a big, strong, or you could get like a skull on each hand. You could kind of box them out a little bit like that. You could cast confusion by making the skull talk or something.
Undertaker better teleport to this thing.
All right.
Yeah.
This is my official prediction. So, I just had a thought about this. I've just decided on this now. Undertaker has lost twice at WrestleMania. Once to Brock Lesnar and once to Roman Reigns. Obviously, get this shit off my screen. We've seen the effects of The Undertaker losing matches at WrestleMania and what it can do for someone's career. Obviously, for Brock Lesnar, look at him. You look at how it's propelled him.
Look at that disgusting fuck.
Yeah. And I was going to say that Undertaker should only ever lose at WrestleMania if it's going to be used to propel someone that's younger, like maybe
Alistair Black.
Like Alistair Black or something like that. But I have a new thought, and I have a new process of thinking for this, because this whole feud has been about AJ Styles talking about how The Undertaker should have hung it up a decade ago. I think Undertaker's going to lose, AJ Styles is going to be right, but Undertaker will come back for one more match, maybe at SummerSlam or Survivor Series or WrestleMania next year, just because he's like, you know what, AJ Styles was right. I do need to hang it up, but I'm not done yet. And they're going to do it once for somebody, and they're going to do it with The Fiend, and they're going to have the Undertaker put The Fiend over.
Nope. All right, so you say AJ Styles winning. You're wrong, but here we go.
I got AJ Styles.
You're fucking wrong. I can't wait to just tell you how wrong you are. Nate, you got Taker, right? Let's not be crazy.
Ah, man, I don't know. Dan makes a myriad of good points. And
No way.
I don't know, man. This is a tough pay-per-view to try to predict. It's all uncharted, and we don't know when the WWE is going to get back into the schedule and stuff. But I think Dan's wrong. And
listen,
dude, think of it this way: what does the Undertaker gain from beating AJ Styles? Nothing. What does AJ Styles gain from beating the Undertaker?
everything.
Everything. But
I suppose, yeah.
But AJ Styles doesn't need it.
He doesn't lose anything from losing to the Undertaker.
Right. It's almost like this match doesn't need to go down.
Right.
Almost. It's almost like that. But it is.
I just want to make it completely clear. The only reason I think Undertaker is losing is because I think this loss will be the setup for his final match whenever that happens.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
A rose for Taker then.
A rose for Taker. And I think there's only one way for him to come back after this. Not as the dead man. Not as the American badass. I'm talking about Big Evil. Who remembers Big Evil?
Wasn't that the American Badass?
It was like post-American Badass. It was like the evolution of the American Badass.
It was when he lost enough of that return weight so that he stopped wearing the leather jacket all the time, I think. So I don't know if you remember when he came back as the Badass, my boy had a belly. And I say that as somebody with a belly. So pink rose for the belly.
Nate, what's your favorite?
Yeah. My favorite? Oh, my favorite is Stone Cold Steve Austin. But
who's your favorite to win?
I'm giving a purple rose to AJ Styles to win. Yeah.
Really?
So AJ's going to win.
I think so. And I'm going to give...
I sold him on that, dude. I sold him on that, dude.
Blue rose for Dan.
What about you, Terry? You saying Taker still?
I have Taker because why?
Mets has Taker.
Yellow.
I got AJ Styles. That's
rose.
2-2.
This is the first match out of all of them that we are split. Everybody else is either 3 against 1 or we all thought the same thing.
I got a Goldar for AJ Styles.
All right, I got two roses for y'all.
All right, next match. What do we got?
Okay, the SmackDown Women's Championship: Bayley versus Sasha Banks versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina versus Naomi. Listen, here's the thing.
Wait.
You must have misread that. Tamina is in this match.
Yeah.
Bayley versus Tamina and who else?
Okay, Bayley versus Sasha Banks.
Oh,
Sasha six-pack challenge.
Yeah. Versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina versus Naomi. I think it's a 5-pack challenge. 1, 2, 3.
How did
4,
Natalia
5.
get screwed out of this one again?
Wait, it's a 5-pack challenge.
Dana Brooks was supposed to be in the match, but she got.
So Tamina's in now.
Yeah. No. It was. They just removed Dana Brooks. Tamina was always in it.
Why? Where is? I'm not like most girls.
She tore her
she's been gone for years.
ACL. She fucked up her ACL, so she's going to be gone for a while.
Oh.
I mean, she should be almost back. I think she'll be back by SummerSlam. Matt says it's WrestleMania season. The lights shine bright, and the spotlight will be on the boss. I choose the legit boss. And you know what? I think that could be correct because this, obviously, the way that they set this match up was Paige came on the Titantron and just mysteriously made this match. After like talking shit with Bayley for like a good 3 minutes, he was like, "Well, guess what, Bayley? I'm here to tell you that you're in a match with these 4 other women and Sasha Banks."
Do it in her voice now. Come on.
Oh, I can't do an English accent.
Do it.
Yes, you can. No. Hello there, mate.
Hello, mate.
No, that's Australian.
That's Australian.
I'm from England, mate. Shrimp on the.
So I think they're obviously, and like Sasha
with my family.
Sasha and Bayley. Paige here. Sasha and Bayley were in the ring together when this announcement was made, and they kind of looked at each other with that like foreboding, like we're gonna have to fight each other kind of thing.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It's my house.
Sasha and Bayley is clearly going to be the match at SummerSlam because it's the
Instacart order is here.
It's the 5-year anniversary at SummerSlam this year of their NXT match in 2015. So of course they're going to redo that match at SummerSlam this year because WWE loves to do shit like that. It's the 5-year anniversary of the 2015 match of the year. Yo.
My groceries are here. I've been waiting for them since Sunday. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
All right,
what you got to do?
Before you go, who do you think's going to win this one? Sasha Banks, Tamina.
Fine.
I had Tamina also.
I got the legit boss, Sasha Banks, dude, because I never bet against the legit boss. Listen,
I put boss on here too. Matt's got boss. You got boss.
Okay,
I was going to put Tamina down. Oh, I was going to put Tamina down. Ironically,
hold on. I got the legit boss, baby.
Nate's background is pretty great. Viewers watching this, his plants are great. I like this plant garden thing. Okay, so next match we got here is. Ooh, I lost it. Oh, what about Naomi? Naomi had a chance.
Nah.
Baszler versus Lynch. Now, I think this match, a lot of these matches fall to the coronavirus in the sense of they had I think they had clear winners, and then because of the coronavirus, almost like the way Drew McIntyre's match probably is going to go.
Yeah.
I could see them keeping it on Lynch, even though Baszler should win.
I don't know, dude. I think this one is the hardest one to decide because here's the deal. When I think about this match, I also think about the next match at the same time.
You want to mute, Nate?
Yeah, I got him muted.
Okay.
I think that when you think about this match, it's like you got two NXT people. You got Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch, and then you got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. And I think only one NXT person is going to win. I don't think Shayna's going to win this match, and then Rhea's going to win her match with Charlotte. I am certain. I'm not so certain anymore that Charlotte's going to win. Not going to win, though. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say Shayna Baszler beats the man, Becky Lynch.
I have it also.
You got Shayna Baszler?
Yeah, because, dude, just based on her NXT career, she has dominated everybody. So
yeah.
and Becky Lynch's whole storyline is, she's just going to be not the better person that day. I think that's just how it's going to be. Yeah,
they're going to write it off Becky Lynch got too confident. You know what I mean? She beat, because that's the whole story they told with Asuka, right? Becky Lynch beat Asuka, and she was the last hurdle for her to really feel like she's the GOAT. You know what I mean? And now Becky Lynch is so confident that she could beat anybody that they put in front of her, and she's going to, exactly. Baszler wins.
Yeah, easily. The stories that she's unstoppable, Yeah. And I think with Ronda out, I think it's just, and eventually coming back, I think it'll really just drive home the fact of Becky Lynch has an actual contender,
Yeah.
Because I feel nobody's really been her equal.
And what they can do is, if Baszler wins, they could keep the title on her for a while, long enough until Ronda Rousey does eventually come back, and they can do a triple threat match with Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler, because Lord knows Ronda Rousey can't carry a match by herself. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ronda Rousey was really good. I'm just completely kidding. Ronda, please don't hurt me. Nate's back. Hold on, let me unmute him.
She hurt me dirty.
You guys are gonna.
I think
you're gonna have to hang out with me while I disinfect my groceries.
Oh, that's fine. Nate, who do you think? Wow, big voice crack. Who do you think? Shayna Baszler or Ronda? Shayna Baszler or Becky Lynch?
Oh, dude, I think Baszler. I don't know.
Same. I think Baszler.
Yeah.
Metz
seems to have the man. He said if it's the main event, then it's probably going to be the man because of the build-up. I choose the Queen of Spades. Oh. He's got Baszler.
Baszler. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Gotcha, Mets. So
All right,
we all got Baszler. Next up.
All right, Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
Okay, dude, here's the big swerve. I think Charlotte Flair wins. I think she goes to NXT for a period of time because they want to boost ratings against AEW. And end of story. Charlotte Flair's winning.
I think they're going to have a banger of a match. I do think that Charlotte Flair's going to win because they've given her like every title possible that's in the Raw or SmackDown. And yes, she is an NXT champion already or has been, but I don't think that it'll hurt Rhea so badly because she's so young. Rhea Ripley's like 22, so
dude,
she's
Rhea
got
Ripley's amazing. She's fucking awesome.
She's also tight.
She's great. She's so good.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley's like 22, maybe 23.
And you know what I love about this match too is that the foot stomp, the big stomp versus the big stomp, dude. You know what I'm talking about? When Charlotte Flair does a scoop slam, when Charlotte Flair does a scoop slam, she lifts people up, and then when she puts them down, she goes like that. She does the big stomp. Rhea Ripley does the big stomp in her entrance.
That's right.
It's the stomp versus the stomp.
Rhea Ripley has the better entrance music too.
Yeah. Oh God, Charlotte Flair's entrance is ass. Such a bad song. It's the worst theme song in all of wrestling.
Rhea Ripley says, "This is my brutality."
Yeah.
Does she have new metal? She has new metal, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very new metal song.
Hardcore. It's like hardcore.
It's new. Yeah. Let's see. What?
It's
what
not
do we
Poppy.
got?
Poppy did. Whose music did Poppy do? Asuka. Oh no, Alo Shirai.
AJ says Ronda SMH gets beat up 2 times and quits. Same thing happened in WWE. It's WrestleMania season. You can never deny the Queen. Ric Flair is having a say in this. I agree. I legit think that Charlotte Flair is going to win.
Ric Flair is having no say in this. He is going nowhere near any arena. That man is about to turn to dust.
That's true. What do you guys think? Did you do your predictions while I was gone?
Yeah, I said Flair. Matt said Flair. You said Flair. Nate said
I want Rhea Ripley to win, but I think you're making convincing arguments.
Yeah, dude. It's just listen. AEW has been winning in the ratings since the start of the new year. Yeah. They don't want that. They know they got to do something with NXT to boost the ratings. They need star power there. You know what I mean? So there you go.
True.
And I know it seems unfathomable for them to move Charlotte Flair, to NXT, but let's face it, NXT is a better show anyway. That's where you want to be.
People not watching live or on YouTube currently, as we do this, Nate is disinfecting his groceries, and I just had the same thought because the mail just got dropped off, and I let the mail sit there for 3 hours before I go down and get it.
Yeah, there you go. We also we're lucky enough we have an abundance of disinfecting wipes, so this is just kind of
That's good.
Otherwise, we'd be leaving all this shit on the doorstep, and whatever.
All right, TBA versus Bill Goldberg.
Yes, I think that it's Braun Strowman. What else could they do?
Is that confirmed?
No, but what else could they do?
Not have the match?
They should just not have the match. But they also,
great idea.
What else are they going to do? Because what if this was just the plan for Goldberg to just have the one match, lose at Mania, and then just go fuck himself for a little while? You know what I mean?
This could be the year of Mania where they just this is it. We're just going to try weird shit because why fucking not? You might be right. It could be
what else are they
whoever
gonna do?
This TBA is.
I think it's going to be Strowman, dude.
Because you thought Goldberg was just going to lose it here, and that would have been it?
Yeah, and I think Strowman's going to win.
You think Goldberg's going to win?
No, Strowman.
Oh, Strowman.
Do we know it's Strowman, though?
No. I haven't read any leaks. I don't know if there are leaks. So
you're saying there aren't leaks, but I wouldn't want to read
I'm not reading leaks.
What's the point of watching it?
Exactly.
It's already
if I read leaks, I'm
just
not going to watch it. So I think Strowman. I think it's going to be Strowman, and I think Strowman's going to win.
I'm saying the TBA is going to win.
There you go.
How do I disinfect potatoes? That's a question.
You don't. The part that you're holding is probably the only part that got touched.
This is what you got to do. Yeah. You got to rinse the fuck out of them when you use them.
Yeah.
And then wash your hands after.
Yep. And then the netting a little bit. Okay.
So
Nate, who do you think?
Who you got, Nate? TBA or Goldberg?
Or does Goldberg drop it and then they start a tournament for the title?
Oh, maybe.
I like that idea, but
I'm all for tournaments. I'm all about tournaments.
Yeah. Tournaments. I'm a sucker for a good tournament as well. Give me 2 seconds. I put these away.
That's why I like New Japan, and they're all about tournaments.
Can I also predict, too, that I think they're going to film something, right? Or they will have had filmed something by the time this airs with Strowman or whoever getting inserted into the match, right? Like, and it makes perfect sense for Strowman since he just really revealed how much of an asshole he is on Twitter. With all those tweets that he was talking shit about indie wrestlers not being able, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I guess Moxley and a couple of other people had made big donations towards indie wrestlers that were struggling for income right now. You know what I mean? And Strowman went off on Twitter and said something heinous along the lines like, if you can't afford to support yourself in times like these, and I'm paraphrasing here, I didn't read the exact quote, but you should probably look for a new line of work, right? And I was like, yes. All right, dude. Like, but you know, so I think it's the perfect time for him to have a super heel turn right now. And I think what better way to do that than to film some kind of spot where SmackDown airs this Friday. Okay, they still promote Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Then at WrestleMania, they show Roman Reigns' car pulling up to the arena. And then, boom, gets sideswiped by another car. Who gets out of the other car? But Braun Strowman struts down to the ring, replaces him in the match with Goldberg right there on the spot.
Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think they might do that on SmackDown. Think they might have the car. They show the car incident on SmackDown.
You could be right about that too. Either way, I think it's going to be Strowman because it's the perfect time to turn him heel because of what he did in real life. Metz says Goldberg cannot lose the title without people in front of the audience. He needs to have his family there they're present to lose it. That's a good point too. It might be Matt Ridley or the guy from NXT that had a Twitter war. With
Matt Riddle would be awesome.
Matt Ridley. Yeah, Matt Riddle. Yeah, man, the bro.
Ridley.
The bro.
I think that would be great if that happens.
Yeah. Listen, the Broserweights are so great. I'm still thinking it's Strowman because I just feel like Matt Riddle is just needed so much more in NXT right now than he is on like SmackDown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got Goldberg. Right. I got Strowman. I don't know what Nate said.
Okay, and what about Metz?
Metz says what is Metz prediction? He says Goldberg can't lose it, so I think he's got Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Okay, so let's do.
What's the next?
It's McIntyre versus Lesnar, but I think we should save that one for last because the next match is kind of underwhelming in comparison, right?
What's the next match?
Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins.
So that's definitely happening Saturday. That's the only one that we know that's happening Saturday.
So as far as Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins goes...
Is that for the title?
No, there's no title. It's just a grudge match. I think that Kevin Owens is going to win because this dumb shit has been going on for months, dude. The Monday Night Messiah. It has been... This program is like 8 months old at this point. It's been going on since damn near September, okay? Just because they just have nothing else to present us with. And at the end of the feud, at the end of the day, it's been Seth Rollins as the antagonist. And it's this better be the end of this feud. And if it's not, like when you end the feud, the antagonist has to lose. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm going with Kevin Owens. And I see Metz in chat has already said KO as well.
KO Mania running wild. Dude, Kevin Owens works so hard. He's underappreciated there.
Yeah, he's great.
I think he deserves a win at WrestleMania. I would hope he wins. I know he had that match with Chris Jericho years ago after the Festival of Friendship, and their match wasn't the greatest. But I think this match will be really good, and I hope he gets the win.
I think it'll be good. And
Especially
I think he will.
You know, a lot of Seth Rollins' crew not being there.
The disciples of the Messiah.
The disciples.
It's just I think Seth Rollins is losing, especially because the way the two recent promos had worked between the two. Seth Rollins cut a promo that at WrestleMania for Kevin Owens, it has just been failure after failure after failure after failure, and at WrestleMania he becomes a god, right? So I think this is going to be Kevin Owens finally getting his WrestleMania moment, defeating the Monday Night Messiah. Seth.
Yeah, man, I really hope so.
Freak
I think
him
it's a shame that he has to do it in these circumstances and not in front of like that kind of place where he can feed off the environment. I mean, like he's already over as a babyface, but I mean, just I don't know, man. I wish it was all under different circumstances, but I really hope it's going to be KO. And he's one of my favorite guys in there right now.
He's great.
He's one of the people that if somebody asked me, well, what's good about WWE right now, you could just instantly call up Kevin Owens as
Yeah, if you're looking for anything cool to watch at this point with like wrestling with crowds, Ring of Honor is putting up stuff on YouTube like the best matches of this, and there's a whole Kevin Owens, like his best matches. Basically, they have all of his matches with Sami Zayn.
You remember his first match on the main roster against Cena? How good was that shit, dude?
Oh
awesome.
My God, it was so
really
good.
fucking good.
Was that Money in the Bank?
Money. Do you know where that song?
Who do you have winning Bill Goldberg versus TBA?
I think I went with TBA, but I did overhear the Matt Riddle talk, and I think that's a great idea. I just don't know if it's a good idea for Matt Riddle to get in the ring with Goldberg. Well, I don't know. Who would win in the real fight is another question. Matt Riddle. Yeah, I think
he'd
so
fucking
too,
destroy Goldberg.
I mean, he's an MMA fighter, and he's younger.
Yeah.
He'd fucking break Goldberg's face, dude.
I think it's real interesting here, looking at all of our predictions here, that only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches so far, we all said the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's just that's an attribute of how predictable WWE has become. Final match, WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre.
Now, I thought Drew was definitely winning here, but now with it being a weird WrestleMania, I'm not sure anymore.
I think you may. Oh, we got Nate on House Party over here, dude. Look at this.
Oh, what up, dude?
I think that I think you're right, dude. I think there's a strong possibility that Lesnar wins. I mean, Heyman said it himself. It's a spoiler, dude. It's a spoiler. And this time next year, Brock Lesnar will still be standing here with the WWE Championship, and Drew McIntyre will have been an afterthought. It's a spoiler.
I think
that man ain't wrong.
I think Lesnar gets his win at SummerSlam or whenever we have the next big event with people at it.
Yeah, well, that's what they did with Roman, right? Roman Reigns lost at Mania, and then he won it at SummerSlam, and then he had to get...
but I'm saying like Drew McIntyre would have won if people there.
Yeah, dude, because like they primed him to like be getting the upper hand on Lesnar this whole time. Every time he encounters Lesnar, he gets the upper hand with the Claymore, and that's the story. Is like, can Brock Lesnar counter the Claymore? Dude, yes or no, and he's going to kick out of it. You know?
Right.
He's going to counter it.
Yeah, that's the story they're telling. Lesnar's going to win, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the signs point to Drew winning because of the nature of the rocket that they've strapped to him with his babyface run in the past, like, I don't know, couple of months. But I mean, man, I don't know. I think that the way that Mania is being done in the state of, what the WWE is capable of, the kind of show they're capable of putting on, I think that does put a spin on a lot of this. Whether that's impacting their decision making or not, don't really know.
Yeah.
But I think for our purposes, it makes it a little more complicated. I think Brock's going to win, but I don't know, man. I mean, Drew. It could go to Drew, but I think it's going to be Brock. Don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, and also, you know what else is playing a big part of me thinking that Lesnar's going to win is how Lesnar's been booked the last couple of years, right? The story that they told with not only Roman Reigns, but with Seth Rollins as well, has just been, it's just too much. It's like this guy, this big muscle dude, even though Seth Rollins isn't like a juice head or anything, but like, you got this fucking, underdog with long black hair and facial hair coming to get Brock Lesnar. Can he do it? Can he pull off the miracle win? You know what I mean? And in Roman Reigns' case and Seth Rollins' case, the answer has both been yes, multiple times. And so, can they really do that again with Drew McIntyre? It's WWE. Yes. But I don't think that they will in this case. I think Lesnar wins.
Oh, you got Lesnar also.
I got Lesnar. It seems like Mets in chat has Lesnar as well.
All right.
The forever champion.
He also said that we forgot about the 24/7 title, and if that is on the line, if that's on the line in any capacity, it's our truth, baby.
24/7. You say R-Truth?
I say R-Truth. Yeah.
Truth. I'm going to say like something stupid like Byron Saxton.
Like, you do need a goofy thing to happen at WrestleMania. You do need something silly to happen.
Can I also just say that when we used to do the Rude Dude podcast a couple of years ago, we used to hate Byron Saxton. Can I just say that I really like Saxton?
I love Byron Saxton now.
I think he's great.
I liked him a lot.
When he was on NXT.
Well, I liked him. I liked the dynamic between him and Corey a lot. I thought it was really good.
You know what? Met's got a good point about the 24/7 title. He just said, I think Mojo will win it. I don't think Mojo will win it, but you know who I do think will win it?
Gronkowski.
The Gronk. Yeah, I think he's going to win the 24/7
That's a good
title.
point.
What a
That's a really good point.
I totally forgot that he's hosting the whole thing.
Don't make me
terrible.
Now I don't want to watch it.
Or Gronk.
Is he the only celebrity involved? Usually they get a lot of celebrities.
He's got to be the only guy that's willing to fucking get on a plane, dude.
I guess so. Nate, who do you think is going to win this 24/7 title?
I think Gronkowski now that it's I think he's going to sneak in there and he's going to I don't know, I think he's going to have a football related offense, football gimmick offense. But you know,
talking about Byron, there's a great documentary called like The History of FCW. It's all about before they turned it into NXT, and they're showing everybody down there doing like promo classes with Dusty Rhodes, and everybody said that Byron Saxton cut one of the best promos like out of everybody.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. So did you guys? What were your predictions for the Lesnar and McIntyre match? I didn't catch it.
I'm going with Lesnar too.
Lesnar. I got Lesnar. All right then.
Lesnar across the board. That's the whole card, man. That's 2 days, 2 manias.
Oh, the United States Championship. Who even is the United States champion?
I don't think there is a United States Championship anymore.
It's Andrade, but he got pulled off the card. There you go. There you go.
Andrade, Selena.
Yeah. That's
Andrade, Selena Vega. Yolanda Vega with win 4.
Well, boys, it's been over 2 hours, so we're running long, I'd say. Shall we wind down the cast? We could still chat, but I think we should officially end the episode, yeah?
Yeah, okay, so guys, catch us Saturday before WrestleMania at twitch.tv/MarkPieman. My man is actually live right now, so if you're going to leave us or not watch Dan play games.
Don't do that. Stay here.
Don't leave.
Use your Twitch Prime on me instead of him.
My man, right now, he's in the middle of trivia. He's doing the picture round. He plays music and videos. He's got everything going there.
Nice. He's got a nice setup.
Oh, yeah. He's a professional.
Yeah.
So he's doing trivia right now, and then the next trivia will be WrestleMania trivia, wrestling trivia, this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you can play by yourself or form a team. It's going to be super fun. Grab some drinks, some friends, food, hang out on the couch. And it'll probably be it could be more entertaining than actual Mania at times. So,
probably, dude.
But that's all I got to say. I'm happy 5-year anniversary.
Yes. Technically the 5-year anniversary of the Rude Dude podcast. Ladies and gents, you can find the Rude Dude cast on Twitter or Instagram. I did it backwards. Facebook.com/Rude Dude cast. Twitter and Instagram at the Rude Dude cast. I got the juice back.
Oh, he remembered.
I got the juice back.
He does.
And you can find me on twitch.tv/man_Deronius. Boys.
You can find me holed up in my apartment, not barely looking outside for the most, for most things, but it's been 5 years with the cast, but it's, the three of us are going on, going on 25 years of friendship or so.
Yeah.
So it's been a good ride so far. As far as I know, I'm still getting married in September. And if that happens, I'll be happy to have you guys there. Dan, I expect you to fully flop sweat before your best man speech. But
you say flop sweat?
That's a thing, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure like choke. I'm gonna choke for sure. I'm just gonna be like,
I don't think you're gonna choke. I don't think you're gonna choke. I'm pretty sure flop sweat's a real thing. I think that's the way that I sweat.
I'm just gonna give the Tiger Man speech from like his friend's funeral or his husband's funeral. He had a golden pair of nuggets on him. He had these golden balls.
Dude, what are you gonna do when I walk up to the best man speech and I just literally
run wild on you?
And run wild on you, brother. No, what my plan is, I'm gonna just do the Cyrus speech from the Warriors. Can you count? Suckers!
I would be really fucking happy if you did that. And I would be really, really, really glad about it. That would be a wonderful wedding present.
Oh my god!
Have you seen the Hulk Hogan promo where he talks about grabbing someone's balls in a vice?
What?
I'm sure maybe, I don't know. But I mean,
it was like one of those weird botches. It's like, he's like, and then when I grab you, brother, I'm gonna put your gonads in a vice and spin them off. It's just ridiculous.
I don't know. Anyway, let's end the episode officially. Ladies and gentlemen, catch us live on twitch.tv/Mandaronius next week, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Deuces and gooses.
Deuces and gooses.